Dungeons and Dragons. Your children, like it or not, are attracted in their weaker years to the occult, and a game like D&D fuels their imagination and makes them feel special, while drawing them deeper and deeper into the bowels of El Diablo. This afternoon, That One D&D Livestream invites you to sit in on an actual gaming session. Observe the previously unobservable as That One D&D Livestream takes you to the inner sanctum of Dungeons and Dragons.
Galstaff, you have entered the door to the north. You now find yourself standing in a dark room alone. The pungent stench of mildew emanates from the wet dungeon wall.
Where are the Cheetos?
They're right next to you.
I cast a spell. And where's the Mountain Dew?
It's in the fridge, duh.
I want to cast a spell. Can I have a Mountain Dew?
Yes, just go get one.
Hey guys, I'm gonna grade a soda. Anybody want one?
Oh, good, thank you.
Hey Matt, I'm not in that room, right?
What room?
I want to cast magic missiles.
That room, the room she's casting all the spells in.
She hasn't actually cast a spell yet.
I am, though, if you'd listen. I'm casting magic missiles.
Why are you casting magic missile? There's nothing to attack here.
I'm attacking the darkness.
Okay, you attack the darkness. There's an elf standing in front of you.
Whoa, that's me, right?
He's wearing a brown cloak. He has gray hair and blue eyes.
No. I got gray eyes.
Let me see your sheet.
Look, it says I got blue eyes, but I decided I want gray eyes.
Okay, fine, whatever. Okay, so this is the part where you can talk to each other if you want.
Hello.
Nice, yeah.
I am Galstaff, sorceress of light.
Why'd you have to cast magic missile?
Okay, you guys are being attacked.
Do I see that happening?
Nope, you're outside in the tavern.
Cool. I get drunk.
There's like 7 ogres surrounding you.
Well, how can they surround us? I had Mordenkainen's Faithful Watchdog cast.
No, you didn't.
I'm getting drunk. Are there any girls
I
there?
totally did. You asked me if I needed any equipment. I said no, but I need material components so I can cast Mordenkainen's Faithful Watchdog.
Yeah, but you never actually cast it.
Roll the dice to see if I'm getting drunk.
You are.
Nice. Are there any girls there?
Yeah.
I did though. I totally said that when you asked me.
No, you didn't. You didn't actually say you were casting the spell, so now there's ogres. Okay?
Ogres, I've got like a +9 dagger for it.
You're not in the room. You're getting drunk.
Oh yeah. If there are any girls there, I would like to do them.
There you have it. A frightening look into America's most frightening pastime. Remember that it's not your children's fault that they're being drawn into a satanic world of nightmare. It's their gym teacher's fault for making them feel outcast when they couldn't do one single pull-up. Welcome to That One D&D Livestream.
But we're excited to get started back
I have
up
bad
again.
news. We were on mute. So sorry. Just start again, that's all. Everybody saw all that. They thought it was fantastic. Just start
Let's
again.
start,
Sorry about
like, just...
that. All right.
So,
here we go.
Now they can hear us.
There you go.
Happy New Year. What a great start.
Yay.
This foretells a good year. I'm telling you. So, welcome to That One D&D Livestream. It is a brand new year, the year of the Double Nat 20. We are excited to be playing Dungeons and Dragons. I'm Matt, your DM. Let's send it around the table.
I'm Tracy, and I'm playing Temperance, and she is half Amazon, half human.
Well, we've yet to determine why that's cool.
I don't know.
but, yeah.
She's cool. She's cool.
I'm
That's
Pierce. Oh, go
It
ahead.
is cool.
Sorry, no.
All
no.
right. I'm Pierce. I'm a bard, and I will be entertaining you with really bad songs tonight. So prepare yourselves.
Nice.
I am Maddie, and I'm going to be playing Jolvis, the gnome rogue.
I am Landon. I play Disco, the divine soul sorcerer tiefling.
And I'm Sean. I play Thakil, 100% lizard man.
I'm proud of it.
All right, so before everybody broke for the holidays and that, the party was working their way into the Rajki crypt inside the Wailing Caves, looking for a means of getting outside of the city of Dragasani. They had entered into a first chamber, fought some skeletons, discovered a means into a second chamber. Things started to get a little bit tense for the group as being in this new environment where they had never been before, where you're dealing with monsters and lots of pressure and near-death experiences, life and death. Things got a little bit tight between some of the characters. It was made even more interesting by the discovery of an iron flask that contained one Franklin, a four-armed demon with what they believe is a mage embedded in its chest. Franklin is bound to the flask and must serve the person. The cube itself, you can see a large hole in her throat, and she's
Is that good or bad?
She's dead.
I really appreciate that. That loss was a potential amazing.
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure how I feel about that.
So Lola's dead.
I'll think about it.
Yeah, Lola's dead.
You can't fix her back now? I mean, it doesn't look that bad, does it? I mean, you're just gonna take a scarf or whatever and wrap around her neck. I mean, that's, the bad or good.
That's the best part.
You can't eat Lola. You can't eat her. You can't eat Lola.
Okay. Okay.
That was honestly.
There's plenty of other things to do.
Well, how are we gonna bury her? That's a crypt.
It is a crypt.
Well, so Phoebe and Avita are both fairly shook up at the loss of their crew member. And they're both, tears are just pouring down their cheeks. And Phoebe kind of puts her hand on Temperance's shoulder and says, "Hey, can we talk for a minute?"
Yes.
You kind of back into.
So I'm gonna take my tape and I'm gonna just put it over Lola, just kind of cover her up.
Stitches the fingers.
I definitely think
Amazons will gather.
Smart.
Okay. So Phoebe just looks at you. She says, "Captain, you are our captain. We will follow you to the ends of the earth. That's our responsibility. That's what we are tasked to do. But what we're doing right now, it doesn't make sense to us. I mean, we're sailors. Our job is we don't have armor. We're fighting with small weapons, and it seems to be getting more and more dangerous with every step. If it is your command and your orders, we will continue forth with you. But we think it may be better for us if the two of us remain as a rear guard and just ensure perhaps we can figure out how to get out." I think so too. And Captain, can you really trust the prophecies of this lizard man shaman? I mean, you've only known him for a few days. And he's leading us into this, and one of us has already died. And I mean, that was a horrible fight. I mean,
I will pray to Estrella to see what she has in store for us, and I ask you to do the same.
oh, they immediately drop down into their knees and bow to pray.
Yeah. So
Now seems like the
if
time
we
for
find a
jokes.
space here that we just need to take a time to reassemble and just maybe discuss with everyone beforehand as to what our next purpose is. And so can we take a short rest with this, or
Can I ask Matt?
Yes.
Wasn't there a second gelatinous cube in the room?
There is a second one in this alcove right here, and you can see a second set of armor, two sets of armor inside of it.
Okay. I just wanted to clarify that.
It has not moved. It's just sitting there.
It's full.
Yeah, so I'm going to kind of bring forth an assumption I had during the fight that that's somehow inert or dead. So I kind of look at it, investigate it,
Stealthy room.
check it out.
Do an investigation check.
Self check right there.
I get a little closer. 14.
I know.
14. And you get close to it, you can see, you get a sense that it doesn't look like it's dead.
Okay.
But you also get the sense that there may be something that's holding it in place that perhaps is keeping it from aging.
Something holding it in place.
Something is restraining it.
Okay, we don't want to screw with that. Is there, I kind of use those bardic harmonic abilities. I can kind of sense how things work magically.
Mm-hmm.
Is there some way I can do maybe like an arcane check to determine what it is?
You can do an Arcana check.
Okay. Arcana check is a 20.
Whoa. It's the year of the nat 20.
Yay!
So as you're kind of investigating the space that the gelatinous cube is in, you notice on the floor in front of it, beneath a thin layer of dust, is a series of runes that have been etched in the floor.
Okay.
You can't really tell what they are. They're very old, very, very arcane. But you get the sense that these runes are probably providing some sort of magical barrier, like almost like a barricade that holds it in place. But clearly there are ways of which the runes will cease to operate.
Okay.
As evidenced by the other one that popped out.
Disco, can you come here for a minute?
Well, I'm unconscious.
What?
I've been unconscious like
Why did you do that? That doesn't make any sense.
Oh, so
Okay.
that's what we need to do. So I think that's really what we
unconscious.
need to
Waking
do
up
is
from
assess
unconsciousness.
kind of
All right,
what we are.
I would say that anyway. Disco, can you? Oh shit!
You can see Fat Gil gnawing on my fingers.
Stop that! Stop with the finger thing! Stop that! In fact, Thakil, could I borrow you for a minute?
Sure.
So I'll bring
What can I bring you
Thakil
for?
over and I'll go.
Can't
So
be brother.
notice these runes across the bottom here. I think this is containing that second gelatinous cube. So let's make sure everyone knows not to disturb it. It might release the cube if we do anything close to this area. So we should just kind of quarantine this whole area.
Right, you want me to guard it?
No, just kind of let's let everybody know. I just want to let you know.
All right. Yeah, good,
You know?
good.
Okay.
I'll help Percy let the party know.
Do we have any chalk or anything?
Franklin's out right now.
Yeah,
Correct?
Franklin's he's just sort of reclining against the sarcophagus or that's next to him and kind of just looking around with a bemused expression.
Hey, Franklin,
Pretty close. I got you.
you got any way to heal people?
He just looks over at you and he says, "No, sorry, I don't."
Well, thank you.
Well,
Thank you kindly.
I think so Pierce speaks up. There's a guard, a set of ruins that's guarding that other cube. So please, let's not approach it. I think it's keeping it in stasis. So if we can stay away from that cube, we might be okay in this room to rest. What do you think?
I think that's great, but I think Jolvis should put his buddy away for the rest of the rest.
So it's only been like 10 minutes that he's been out, right? If that.
10 to 15, yeah.
All right.
Somewhere there.
I thought it
No
was only
offense,
valid for 10
Frankie.
minutes.
Yeah.
No, an hour.
Oh, an hour. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, whatever you decide on that, Jovis, it's kind of your
I mean, yeah.
boyfriend
What's
there.
what's our game plan? Are we
Well, we need to
resting
rest.
I think we better rest. I mean,
All right.
Disco's out for a while.
or okay? Yeah, Franklin, would you mind hopping back in here, please?
No problem. I mean, just his whole form just turns black and almost like an inky cloud and just into the bottle.
Hey man, when you said that, could you do an insight on that? Just kind of, I mean, what does that feel like? Is that like, no problem, or no problem?
Yeah, do an insight check.
10.
10? You get the sense that he has done this so many times that at this point in the relationship, it's just a matter of, if you want him, if somebody asks him, if the person who controls the flask says get back in the flask,
He gets back in the flask.
what
Okay,
are you
good.
gonna do?
Okay, good. I just don't want it to seem. No hard feelings. I say with a laugh.
remember that.
No, man.
All right, and
And what time is it? Can you refresh us as to kind of give an idea what time of day it is?
So it's mid-afternoon.
Mid-afternoon. Okay. And within the room itself, isn't there another door that we were trying to maybe aim
No, you have
towards,
not.
or-
There is no. There's
haven't-
no other visible door,
visible.
but nobody's really done any searching.
Right.
yeah,
Right.
we were too busy
Right.
dying.
Right.
Yes,
Right.
over and over again. I think resting's a good idea. I couldn't heal a bug right now, so if we could rest and support.
So to give you just
Let's
a
go. He's out. He's out. Is that a point of damage?
There's just half a point. Half a point.
It's 2 death saves failed.
He's like, "Ah!" Just to refresh you on the room itself, you have 3 sarcophagi that are lined up right there, just inside the entrance that you came into. There's a 4th one in front of where Franklin was standing. Right here.
Oh, sorry.
In the center of the floor is a very large tile mosaic, mostly covered with dust, although at your end you've disturbed quite a bit of it. At the far end of the chamber are 2 lit braziers, glowing and providing most of the light for the room. Mm-hmm. And at the far end, there are 3 slightly larger sarcophagi on raised stone pedestals. The walls and the ceiling itself, everything is carved in this intricate, almost crazed mosaic of locks. All different types and shapes and sizes of locks. You recall the room that you first came into was keys.
And this is more mosaics, okay. So Pierce approaches it and then turns around and says, "Let's not touch it." Agreed? I'm looking around.
So
Yeah.
playful.
Agreed.
All right. All right. Timbers, I'm so sorry about your Amazon.
I need to find peace here and I need to pray. So I'd like to, if we could all gather within a circle, I'm going to say prayer to Estrella. It's a protection around us so we can all rest comfortably, and if anyone or any object was to come within that area, I'll get an alarm, basically, a ringing that will happen to let us know. It takes a minute to cast.
Okay.
And it's a 30 feet range.
Where are you thinking you want to do it? You can go back into the outer chamber, or you can go...
I suggest we stay here.
Yep.
Seems like we've kind of cleared the space. I keep looking at Disco.
I know. I'm like, Jim, why are you looking at me?
So I think let's just stay here.
Okay.
Someone's going to have to drag me into this circle of
So
alarm.
we'll need to. You're here, right? This is
Well, let's just gather around Disco.
I've kind of just been mangled and thrown up against the
That
wall.
sounds good. Yeah, let's just gather.
Someone's
within
put a pair of
this-
sunglasses over my eyes.
So, but my concern is the crypts itself. There's nothing that's going to, I don't know, zombie out of it if we put our circle there.
The sarcophagi?
Should we move? I'll move to Disco. So
I'm just thinking maybe the center would be a better
Fireman's
area.
pole.
Okay, don't approach that
Yeah.
cube.
So it's a 30-foot radius.
Vita, you're so strong.
No, it's 30.
Where are we going?
Okay.
It says it's 30.
Oh, so it'll... Okay.
Yeah, oh, that'll fill the whole room, won't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, 30 feet. Okay,
So how does this perimeter, this protective circle come into being?
So she's going to take center. Temperance takes center stage, and she's just going to sit and bring herself center and just pray to Estrella. And there'll be a mist that'll kind of come up around within the area that'll have just a little hint of like a star feel, a little sparkle kind of within the area.
Like glistening.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it takes a minute for it to do that. And it lasts for 8 hours.
Nice.
Let's rest.
And we rest. And if there's anything we can do to help with Disco, I don't know.
That's prayer.
That might work.
Nice
That was
prayer.
it.
Amen.
Very
That's right. Can we eat now?
That was not a dinner bell.
You are so evil. No, I'm just kidding.
All right. So
Never waste a kill.
So I'm just going to take my time, and I'm also going to just pray to see where it. I'm going to search for a question actually, because I need to figure out what we need to do, what our best option is here. So
you're taking a long rest then, just to confirm, the full 8 hours or a short rest?
Isn't it like
What
the
time-
afternoon?
What time is it?
it's
Yeah.
mid-afternoon.
It's hard to take.
What time is that?
It's Probably about 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
It's hard to
thinking.
we're gonna sit
Right on the
for
edge.
8 hours.
Well, you're like completely.
Well, we're,
I
You're
could.
not sitting.
we're in a tomb. It's not like sun is
I was asking like what
harboring us.
maybe, I don't know, it might be
All
hard
right,
to
so I think if we
sleep.
just rest here
that.
for as long as it takes to get everybody kind of recuperated and set up, that's a good plan. Thoughts?
So we'll take a short rest.
No, long rest.
A long rest.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we're just gonna get all recuperated.
Yeah, post-its.
process what happened.
Yeah.
Oh, whatever's happening with me.
Okay. So you take a long rest inside the protective shelter of Temperance's prayer and invocation. The glittering within the misty dome that protects you shifts around, and every once in a while it'll form patterns that look like constellations, things of that nature. It just sort of drifts and weaves. Other than that, the chamber is still. You don't hear rats or any kind of vermin scuttling around the edges. There's no what you can see, you can sense that outside the dome that the wailing that is typical to the cave, that's actually subdued right now. You're not hearing it as much as you normally do.
Okay.
And not even an insect is crawling across the floor.
Okay. Here's we'll play kind of a thoughtful dirge, not meant to bring us down, but meant to kind of with sort of those Amazonian motifs and cultural rifts that we kind of probably all know as part of this world, and just kind of celebrate. Let's live through song for the time.
Celebrate.
You know, because that's what he thinks. It's like, well, she died a warrior, a warrior's death, so it's, it's a celebration of her life, and just kind of play that. And everybody gets a song of rest, so extra die 6.
How does that work for me?
Extra die 6.
But am I able to use hit die if I'm I don't know how that works if I'm unconscious.
I don't think so for something like this.
Yeah.
I mean, you're
I think you would
unconscious,
hold
but you're
on
not.
to
But you're
until
not.
you use it.
Yeah.
It's like a game.
It's like listening to a foreign language tape while you're sleeping. You know, you feel like,
Osmosis.
Disco wakes up, he's
Osmosis healing.
fluent in Spanish. Hola amigos. Hola amigos. ¿Dónde está la biblioteca?
Where's the library?
So I get an extra d6
Extra D6.
plus as many hit die as I
I
want
don't
to
need
use.
that.
Yep.
After a long rest, wait a minute. After a long rest, you just
You
get all your
hit
You
points.
get
back.
all hit. I thought you said it was weird and then you didn't get them all. Or is that not the case?
get all your spell slots back.
You don't get all your hit dice back that you've healed previously.
Oh, but
Yes.
you get all your hit points.
You
Right.
hit points back. Yeah, you don't get those hit dice
well, then
back.
I'm not doing nothing.
So if
Wait these 8 hours out. And
Yeah,
I'm
so
nice
if you-
unconscious and
I guess if you used hit dice, you get half back,
Mm-hmm.
right?
She'll just sit by your side, brush your hair behind you.
Sank.
And during that time, maybe we want to have some
I
conversations.
think we need to figure out what it is we're doing.
So during the whole prayer thing, I don't know. Maybe Joel and I should have a quick chatty thing.
Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe that's
Alright.
a good idea.
I don't know who approaches who, but I'll probably just sidle up to Joel today.
We'll make our way towards
Yeah.
each other, I guess.
I noticed what
I'm
Temperance.
praying.
I noticed what Temperance did.
Yeah, that was rough, man. It's pretty embarrassing in front of Phoebe.
Well, I don't
She
think
just
it's
picked me up like I was a little kid.
Well, I don't think it's embarrassing. I mean, you're a small person, but you're
That is embarrassing.
huge in stature and reputation. But
Thank you.
I just don't want there to be like bad blood between you and Temperance.
Well, I don't want that either. I mean, you're my guy. And
You're my guy.
she's your sister. Like,
Well,
you know?
here's the only thing. Like, so our mom told us this story once. There was, I think it was a half orc that was on board the Trident, and my mother was the first mate, and he kind of mouthed off to her, and it just ended up being one of these things where she put him in his place, kind of physically, which I think that's why I made it into kind of the stories, is because half orc versus some human female.
right.
But she knew what she was doing. So Amazons know what they're doing. But I think they kind of react as kind of military kind of responses. So
Sure.
it's this kind of show of strength that is part of their communication. And I think Temperance kind of picked that up. So I don't think it was about you. I think it was about, I don't know. It seems like what do you think? It's like we're in this huge cave. It's not taking coins off a table in the tavern anymore.
Yeah.
And we could die here.
Yeah, and I've definitely realized that in our last, 20 minutes.
So I don't know what to do. I mean, the only thing I know to do is, we need to kind of get our shit together, man.
I mean, I agree. But, like, is she going to do this again? Or, like, maybe we should talk to her.
Let me talk to her. Let me talk to her.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, I don't want you to feel uncomfortable. I don't think Temperance. I mean, I know Temperance. At least I knew Temperance.
She seems cool, don't get
Yeah.
me wrong. Like, she's strong. Obviously, she's super capable and has a lot of what I don't have.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
And she's gorgeous. But,
Whatever.
like, we got a lot of different things going on. I mean, you know
Okay.
me.
Yeah.
I like things, man.
I know. And that's always worked in our advantage.
It sure has.
But this one didn't.
It sure didn't. You're right.
All right, let me just kind of clear it up with Temperance. I think it's not
All
a
right,
big deal.
all right,
I don't
all
think
right,
it's a big
all
deal.
You let me know what she says.
Okay.
So
I'm just gonna kind of.
Fat Gil drops to his knees. His arms come out, his head comes up, his eyes turn solid black. And he starts to shake a little bit.
Whoa.
And a light wind just kind of ruffles his feathers a little bit.
And the danglies.
And the danglies. You hear little chimes. And
That's important.
it is very important. One dangly less, I gotta get
You're basically
that
giant
gnome
wind
dude.
chime.
But his accent's gone. And he just says, the five are bound. And we have to trust each other. And we have to bend so that the whole is stronger. We have to bend. And then he collapses to the ground.
You can join me.
Yeah, right on you, in fact.
Taking one hit point of damage and roll death section.
Just panting.
What was that? I turned it in.
What was that?
Has he done that before?
Yeah, you seem to know him
His leg
best.
starts kicking out a little bit.
I scratched his ribs.
That was not Fat Gil. That was someone speaking through Fat Gil.
Does he do that a lot?
No. I've never seen it happen. In the 3 or 4 days that I've known him. I have never seen it happen.
In the entirety of our relationship.
Well, Fat Gil's going to kind of get up a little bit and say, "Hoo-wee! That floor's dusty."
Fat Gil, do you remember what just happened?
Are you good, man?
Yeah, I licked the floor and it's disgusting.
Do you remember what you said? The five are bound as one and have to bend to come together. Does that ring a bell? The five are bound as one.
Doesn't ring much. I ring my dangly.
But it is what it is what your prophecy was basically saying to us, that there's five.
What did I say? Tell me what I
The
said.
five were bound as one.
And must bend to come together.
I heard the five were bound as one.
This has happened to me before.
Oh, good.
I've
That's reassuring, I think.
I've had little spells. My mama, was a little concerned back, but I haven't had one in some time, so I wouldn't give it too much thought. I wouldn't give it too much.
Okay.
Okay.
Someone is speaking through you, Fat Gil. Someone.
No, it's just a thing.
A thing.
Just
All
a
right.
thing. Hasn't happened in years, but
Well, regardless of whether it's a thing or whether it was some sort of prophetic pronouncement, I think it's right. I mean, I think we have to come together if we're going to survive.
Jilvis. Hand. Shake. As I.
awesome.
Did that come?
That's great.
Sweet.
That's awesome.
All right. That sounds like. So how are we going to do this? Let's wait till Disco's back. It's too soon. I mean, he'd certainly.
No, let's decide without Disco.
In the meantime, can I talk to you, sister?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
Brother.
I'm exhausted. I'm just gonna go.
So, man, I come up to Temperance and I go. So I talked to Jilvis.
You just watching from the corner.
Yeah.
I mean, with Jolvis, that was a big deal to pick him up. He already has kind of small man issues now. So You can't hear this.
Hey! What are you saying?
What the fuck are you talking about?
All right, small managers. So, what's going on?
Sneak over there.
You okay with that?
Purse, I'm here to protect. I'm here to fight for justice. And what just happened was not that. What just happened was reckless. Did not need to happen.
I agree.
And I have nothing against Jolvis.
That's good.
But we need to come together. We cannot stand alone. We have to be
Bendable. Sorry.
as was
Thackel's
said,
teaching Jolvis some
bendable. We
yoga.
have to come together. And so
Well, these aren't military people. These aren't Amazons.
they're
So.
obviously, and that is my thing to acknowledge and to work with.
Okay. So, if we can let Jolvis, the cool thing about Jolvis is like usually this is how it turns out. So Disco and I usually get swept up into something. I mean, it's all good, right? And then Jolvis is like kind of on the edge and decides whether that's the thing or whether it's not the thing. But what always happens is Jolvis always kind of ends up saving it somehow. So I just think it's really important that we let kind of Jolvis be Jolvis. But that argument you guys had about stealing from the poor, I agree with that. Or stealing from those less fortunate, I totally agree with that. But is there a way within your code that Jolvis could be allowed to kind of do things that don't, maybe we can have like half the code, right? Maybe we can have like no poor, no unfortunate, don't
No
steal
party
from,
members.
No one is still from a party member. Don't be silly. And
Disco died.
but like if it's something else, Jolvis is being so useful. Is there something somewhere in there where we can find a compromise?
Purse, of course there is. We've spoken about this together, and I attempted to speak with Jolvis at that time as well, and what led me to that point. But again, I am not familiar outside of my island. I'm not familiar of the ways here, so I too am learning how to deal with one another. But I'm sure Jolvis is a lovely person.
I don't know if Jolvis would like the term lovely.
He wouldn't.
But
He says from the shadows right behind
Jolvis
you.
is.
I don't like that.
But Jolvis is. I absolutely trust Jolvis. And it's.
I would
kinda
like to trust
complicated.
Jolvis as well, but from what we just saw, it was a hard one to swallow.
I understand.
And
I understand.
you in harm's way was a hard one to
Well, yeah,
swallow.
I mean, we were kind of.
So we need to figure that one
no
out.
one's been in that before. So that was weird. I agree.
Right.
Okay. So let's set some rules of the road, is what I hear you saying.
That sounds.
and
exactly.
we can, as Thackel said, be as one.
I
and I'll
agree.
bend.
I agree. We will be so much stronger.
Okay.
I'm going to get this party stretching if it kills me.
Jolvis is doing some upward dog.
So, Thackel. I see it stretch. All right, sweet. All right, we're good. I feel better.
I'm here. Let's do it.
I'm going to be so out of the loop.
No,
We're still mad at temperance, right? Screw her.
Yeah.
So these conversations happen during the first hour that you're taking your rest, and at the end of that first hour, Disco, you regain consciousness as you begin to heal and regain your fortitude.
Stop! Firebolt across the room. Dorvis!
Into the gelatinous.
Dorvis!
I'm right here, man. I'm gonna run.
Ow!
Oh, that was not good.
Are you good?
My body hurts.
Yeah.
Dude, you just lost a spell slot.
It's a cantrip, it's fine.
You're okay. We're all okay. Everyone's
What
okay.
happened?
Big fight. Most everybody lived. Lola.
How's temperance looking? How's she handling?
Seems to be very
She's still in prayer.
Seems to be very stoic about it. Seems like she died a warrior's death. So, it's maybe it's one of those things. That's how the stories go.
Disco, I've been waiting for you to wake up. Can you use all that fancy magic stuff you do where you change? Or no, wait, that's you. You disguise people, don't you?
I'm gonna disguise
turn
people.
all my
Sorry to
stuff black.
disappoint.
I want to mourn like all these other folk.
What do you want to do?
Mourn. I want to mourn.
How would you like to mourn?
You go black, don't you? Don't you get all your clothes all black and then you put a cowl over? I don't
not
know much
required.
about these human rituals, but
It's not required. All that's required. This is required. And I'll sit down in kind of a prayerful stance to the Greek gods. You know, I mean, I was raised with the Greek god mythos. Astrea and Hera and Zeus and all those people, right? So I'll kind of go down on my knees and prostrate myself. So do what I do.
I'll follow on.
And I recite a litany of prayers that I can remember.
Told you I'd
Helping
get him
the
stretching.
Spirit pass on
I don't know.
over the river. And you got a copper coin?
No, only gold.
All right.
Will that do?
I had a couple coppers.
Okay.
I take 2 coppers. Can I approach Lola?
You may.
Okay, so I kind of gently pull down the sheet. I put copper coins over her eyes, and then prostrate myself, and I wish her good journey across the river.
Pierce.
So that's how you do it.
Pierce, if I ever die, just promise me you will not prostrate like that in front of me. It just makes me uncomfortable thinking about you. The copper pieces on the eyes would be great. Just maybe not the prostrating thing.
How will you know?
I'm just asking as a favor.
So if I say yes, okay, yes, sure.
I'll be sure to keep him in line.
Very good. Thank you, sir.
I'm gonna walk over to Disco and see how you're doing. You're conscious, but how?
Remind me, I think it was the gelatinous cube, like, slashed at me as I was running back. So
It
my
slammed
arms
you in the back and
are like, well, I'm a red-skinned tiefling, so they're just pinkish. And like my back's got a big like pink spot.
Do you need bandaging, or is there anything I can help with?
That could maybe be nice. Yes, it's tender hearts.
I will.
Where is the gelatinous cube? The ones that. What happened to the ones that?
It's over there.
The one that
Over there. Over there.
Franklin
Mostly.
destroyed it.
Oh, where is Franklin?
I put him back in the flask.
Because that would be really
Chopped
bad.
up real
So
good.
that's good. All right. Okay, good.
Then the armor was destroyed, and the rug thing was destroyed, and
Good. Sounds like we got all of them.
except for that one over there.
Right.
I say don't approach
As I'm walking
that
over.
at all.
What
Don't,
is
no,
it?
no, 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 no. There's ruins. I show you the ruins on the floor. There's ruins on the floor here. So, and I think
I
you
read
should-
about these in school. Yes,
Yes,
I recognize it.
yes.
All right. Ouch. Can I have those bandages,
Would
please?
would it be all right if I was to bandage you?
That would be acceptable. Thank you.
And
Sit
I'm
down
gonna go and
cross-legged.
just take
That's
time,
yours.
and I'm just gonna
Ow!
make sure
Ow!
and
Ow!
help him.
You're such
Then
a
I'm gonna
baby.
Smack him.
Ouch!
Such a baby.
Jeez, I'm not one of your big muscular Amazon women, okay?
Just gonna take her time and just be careful with him, actually. And
Thank
just
you.
kinda help him out.
I would pay you, but I have literally no
There's
money.
no
Wait.
no need.
No, I gave
for
those
me.
to Joyce.
There's 2 copper over there.
Don't take those copper coins.
What is wrong with you? Thank you.
I don't know.
Thank you.
At one point, Jolvis is also gonna pull Disco aside, kind of like away from everyone. Disco,
I'll be back, guys. Just have to go talk to you.
All right, we'll be on this side of the 30-foot radius.
Disco.
Yes, Dorcas. What can I do for you? Wait, you're okay, yeah? Because the last things that I remember, I reached in to grab you, and I felt a pain that I have never felt before.
Right.
Turned around to try and run,
This
and
is-
then it went black. I don't
Yeah,
remember.
this is kind of about that. I haven't been a really good friend, man. Like, this whole we're in like these caves and tombs and whatever crypts is like, you know, this is pretty new for us. This is pretty serious.
You and I almost died
We did.
several times.
But
That's crazy.
listen,
That's crazy.
I stole the flask from you. And
What?
you like
No.
you like ran it over and tried to pull me out of that cube. Like,
You would have done the same for me, Jorvis. I know you would have.
I mean, yeah, but like I wasn't very good to you. And you deserve better than that. And I know that you were trying to like repay me with this flask and stuff. and that's like what you were trying to do. So I forgive you, and let's just say we're even. And I'm gonna hand Disco the flask as well as all of the gems that I had taken from the other thing. Use this to help repay your debt. And you can take care of Franklin. Because I wouldn't want to be in charge of him without your help anyway.
This might be one of the nicest things anybody has ever done for me.
I just hope you could forgive me.
I already did. Before you even gave
I know. Because you're a good man. But I want to prove that I'm not going to let you down again.
Thank you, Travis.
You're welcome.
We will get that 3,000 gold piece for your gear paid off in no time. Also, I don't know if I'm ever going to open this again.
That's
Franklin
fine.
is so scary.
He's really scary.
Really scary.
He's so scary.
But he could be helpful.
But he did help us out in that. He did destroy the cube that almost killed me and did kill Lola. So
that's very useful.
So maybe just.
But there is, well, maybe
wait an hour.
I'll bring this up with the group. I think we should.
I think we should maybe make that a big group decision.
Norvis, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
This is very nice. Of course. Pocket set. Just. I'm probably going to lose this money almost immediately. But the gesture was really nice. So thank you.
They're gems,
that.
So you can't really.
I'll cash those in.
Yeah.
And then with the gold piece, I'll do my very best to not lose it.
Do that.
Okay.
So that was actually 21 gemstones.
Whoa! That's way more than I thought.
Yeah, so careful. And you have both of my crystal flasks, is that right?
One's used.
Yeah, one's used, but you have the other one?
To save your life.
Right, but you have the other one?
I do have the other crystal flask.
Okay,
so of unknown ownership.
No one has ever done anything like that for me before.
I do have possession.
Of 9/10 of a flask.
I was just making sure my inventory was up to date.
It is.
I'm not going to try to steal it, don't worry. I've learned my lesson.
No, it'd just be gone.
Well, I'll walk with Jorvis back into his... I'm not going to assume we've went over into that chamber for a private conversation. We'll come back in. And you hear flip, 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 flip. Hello, hi, everybody.
One second. Before you leave that
we got attacked by something. Oh, no.
Did you do a perception check?
Ooh.
Has it been 8 hours then? Yes. No.
It's been like a couple hours, right?
Sure. Ooh, I have a -1. I forgot. 12.
14.
14? Okay, so as you finish your conversation and you turn to go back into the chamber, Jolvis catches just a faint reflection of metal on top of the little podium that the flute had been on.
Did you take the flute?
I did. I had the flute.
Can I...
Jorvis, are you coming or what are you doing?
Yeah, wait. Come here. Come here.
Did you find treasure? I won't tell Temperance. You can take it.
No.
It's okay. We should probably... They think we're in the talk.
Do you see this?
Yeah, what do I see?
And I would like to investigate it, but not get too close to it.
So you can see sitting in the middle of this little stone pedestal is what looks like it's a piece of probably maybe copper, about 3-4 inches tall, standing straight up, and it looks almost like a very intricate comb. It's got teeth all kind of sticking off one side of it, and some of the teeth are a little bit bigger than the others, and some go off in different directions.
Is it like a
it's just sort of standing straight up? Yeah.
So it would we've seen? Was it not there when we first got here?
No, it was not there when you first got there.
Where did this come from?
I don't know. Or should we touch it?
I kind of want to touch it.
Oh, but this is how you almost died.
I know, so I don't want to touch it. Should we bring Temperance in here?
Speaking of which, what's going on with you two? I saw her manhandle you.
Yeah.
I thought she was going to squish you into this little ball and then throw you across the room.
It was pretty scary. I kind of talked to Pierce. I think I need to really talk to Temperance.
What was even going on? What was she so mad about?
Well, she didn't like that I was stealing.
From who?
Which is kind of my
dead
thing.
people that was selfish enough to be buried with their own wealth?
So she...
It's a perspective.
So she said, you need to stop stealing from people, whatever, less fortunate, yada, yada, yada. And I was like...
That part makes sense. I get that part.
And I was like,
Don't steal
okay,
from the less fortunate.
but also, I'm stealing from dead people, so, how are they gonna know? And then she picked me up, and then I like, you know, how
Stood up for yourself.
embarrassing.
You stood up for yourself, yeah?
I did. I mean, I
Good.
told her that
You're very
she
good
can do
at
what
that.
she thinks
I
is
always
right,
admire you for that.
and I'll do what I think is right.
I
And
just
then,
always cower every time, and then I see you stand up to these people. They're
Yeah.
huge. You're in the bar,
She's
and they
really
bump into you. You're
big.
like, oh, excuse me, there's a gnome walking here. I'm like, that is so cool of you.
Thanks.
Wish I could do
Thanks.
that.
Thanks. But like, you know, she's Pierce's sister, so we gotta kind of be on good terms, you know. So I gotta talk to her, and like,
Well,
I feel like she seems to be pretty, you know, moral, and
that's a subjective.
it is.
Well,
I don't know. I think we need to like.
we almost died in here. The
Yeah.
least we could do is reward ourselves with some of the treasures that we were almost killed for trying to take.
So that's what I think too. But also, we're all
It makes sense
traveling
to
in a
me.
I
group.
had to think about it. I like it.
We're all traveling in a group, and
Oh, he missed my.
she could squish
I
me.
missed that. Honestly.
So I
Oh,
think
I've got your back.
I need. Yeah, I know, but also we have to think about Pierce, dude. He's one of our homies, and he's obviously loyal to her.
Yeah,
He used to get into these shenanigans with us, but now
That's
that
what I'm
she's
saying.
around, he's kind of
So-
like,
As soon as
I'm
Catherine
being
showed
all
up,
cautious,
all of a
Pierce.
sudden Pierce like, hey, bros, don't do that. We're gonna get in trouble.
I know.
Does he forget that he literally was in jail
I think
like
so.
a day ago?
Yeah.
And that we tried to get him out?
Yeah,
And they killed guards.
you know.
Oh, I'm yelling. They probably might be hearing this. That'd be so awkward.
Well,
That other Pierce that we know, God, he's the worst, but our Pierce is so cool.
So cool.
Anyways. I don't really know Temperance. I haven't not talked
I don't
to
know
her.
her
I've been
either.
more focused
So,
on
like,
talking to Evita, to be totally honest.
The only interaction she's and I have really had is her telling me not to take things and then her picking me up.
That would not be a good first impression.
No.
Is she like super rich or something? Does she have money? Because
No, but like,
she knows that we're like 3,000 gold pieces in debt, right?
yeah, she's probably not in the same situation as. Maybe we make it clear to her like why we're doing this. Maybe she doesn't know, you know. Maybe we need to tell her like, okay, this is why I'm stealing stuff.
See, but here's the thing. You didn't even really know how bad the situation was with my dad until a few days ago.
That's
I kind
also
of did
true.
not like to talk.
Yeah.
Ooh, this is so uncomfortable. I hate this.
Okay, I'm gonna rank my way as they continue their
Yes.
yelling.
yeah over to that Gail and just check in with you
I was not
and your
yelling,
vision.
Zach.
How do I
What's
look?
going on?
Got all
You look
dark.
actually.
For Lola.
I appreciate that Gail. It's very respectful
Percy
of
helped
you.
me.
Right.
Yeah. I
So
don't get the whole money thing on me either. You can't take it with you.
no, you can't. So that's partly why there are issues. But we're moving on from that, and your vision. Can you just refresh me in reference to what it was that you saw? And you did say there were 5 of us, and that's what the voice who came.
I usually don't remember my little fits
What about the dream
Afterwards,
that you
but-
had, though, to begin with? I mean,
about this place.
yeah. Did
Yeah,
you have
well,
us here? Were we moving
see,
on?
It's a little. I don't get a whole lot of detail, but I believe, Tempe, that we were led here as one step in maybe many as a way to get the hell out of here. All 5 of us.
Right.
Why is that you're yelling so loud?
Because-
We're having a conversation again.
Seriously.
So specifics and detail, I can't help you with that. I just have to follow.
But you knew it was
Follow.
all 5 of us.
Yeah.
And that
My
we were
initial.
to move.
That's a big word. My first my first vision, it was all lights, and those lights have coalesced.
Come
Another
together.
big word. Into the 5 that are here. So I know this is right.
This is
I ain't
right.
so sure about them 2 mates of yours, but and Lola. It was sad, but I do believe that the 5 of us are the 5.
Well, I truly
Of
feel
us.
that we need to probably move off of this island. We need to, if there was any way to rescue the ship, I don't know, we've come so far from that point. I'm not sure where to go from here. And I guess that's partly what I'm hoping that maybe you might have some insight in with your dream.
Well, I do think that we have an opportunity to gather some wealth that may or may not afford us a passage out of here, which I think our small diminutive friend Jolvis was attempting to do.
Really?
We're not. Oh, I didn't know if you were. We're standing here. Oh. Were you not here this whole time?
May be an interpretation, although we may find another secret or another way out. But I do believe we just need to use our senses and look around and see what we can find.
Well, now that Disco is back amongst us and breathing.
He's back!
And I think it would be best if we could all come together and just know that what page we're on and how we are to move together and move forward from here. And it seems that Disco may be a little bit out of the loop.
He's a funny one, that one.
He is, but he's very cute.
I like his tail.
So I think we really do need to come together and kind of see how we can move forward as a party.
Yeah,
For
I
I
agree.
truly feel that we are a party of 5.
Yeah, I strongly believe that we are bound. I strongly believe that we need to stick together, and I strongly believe that my vision, if any detail is given, it is that. So, do we leave here? Do we stay here in these catacombs? I think we have not found yet what my vision is having us search for. But so I think we need to give it a little bit of another go.
Okay.
But I think the 5 of us need to stick together no matter what.
Okay.
It
it
seems
may
like we
be
need to
hard.
split away
We're
from these people
different
as
people.
quickly as possible. They are clearly crazy.
I think Pierce may be our bridge there to bring us all
He's
together.
a funny guy.
He is.
Yeah.
He is. He's a good one, and he needs a little guidance as well, but he is a good one.
I'm right here.
Well,
So let's gather and let's bring Pierce in and just see what we can do with reference with everyone and talking amongst ourselves. So there's no longer secrets. I think that's partly
I
a
agree.
big downfall in any group or secrets.
I agree. I do think that we spend an awful lot of energy to get where we are right now, yet we haven't explored the area around us.
And we've been a little distracted the
And-
last little bit.
And I'm feeling good. I'm stretchy now.
Right,
think-
I see.
think we
You're
should
very
look around.
limber.
Yeah. Very limber.
So gather everybody together, I guess.
Don't look at this guy. We're still looking at this
What was this?
cone
Oh, we were
thing.
looking
You
at
wanna
that.
bring them
and then
in?
you brought up. Oh,
We'll just wait till they get back. Yeah.
Should we bring someone in here to look at it?
no, I don't trust any of them. No.
I know,
Makes
but
sense.
also I think we're a little more spontaneous of the group.
Obviously, yes. Yes, there were clearly mistakes made, mostly on your end, back in that last room.
I'm not
I
gonna
made some
lie,
bad
you're
mistakes
right.
too.
So
Well, I
has it been
sense
8
that.
hours? Have we had
Not
all
yet,
of this?
no.
Okay.
I
But
do
we
trust-
are able
We're on
to
the
move
second hour.
around.
We're on the
Yeah,
second
you
Really,
were.
really
Yes,
doing.
Yeah.
I do trust Pierce though.
Yes,
Since
I think that.
I wasn't. Oh, sorry.
That girl is talking so loud in that room.
It's funny. I was talking to myself too. I can't believe you heard that.
Here, right behind us, munching on Lily's thing. Do you mind? Do you mind? Can we have a moment, please?
Sorry, I chewed my mouth open.
All right.
Should we bring Pierce in here?
Probably
Since we can
chomping.
Bring everybody in here. But let's just.
I think
Real
you need to
fast.
bring your friends back within the circle. They need to stay where the protection is.
All right, I'll go check them out.
When we go talk to them, maybe. I don't want to have to tell them about the debt because they're just going to worry. But we need to be honest. I don't know what to do.
I don't know. Oh, hey Pierce.
Oh, hey, Zeb. Did you hear everything that we were talking about?
Yes.
Did
No.
you?
Okay, I was like, inside check.
But
We're new to there.
We were
Temper
just
six is-
talking about how cute Avita was.
Oh, yeah.
that's a lie. But I don't care.
No.
We should. What's going on?
Well, we found this weird cone thing.
I don't know if that's what you meant. Is that what you meant?
What's the cone?
I don't think
Oh,
that's
I
what
guess
he
that
meant,
is what he meant.
but it is what's going on.
We found this
Look
weird
at it.
comb thing that's just here poking up out of
You
the
remember you
pedestal.
took that flute, right? Did you see
Look at the
this?
cone.
So it's sitting on the same pedestal that the flute was on, and the flute, if you left it behind, is still there as well.
No, I
Is it out? So it's out of the 30-foot radius?
It's out well out of the
30
30
foot will
radius.
get you about like here, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, well out.
Well,
We are out.
We're back in
Oh,
that.
you guys are over
Yeah,
here.
Yeah, they're over there.
Yeah.
That's right.
So investigate the comb or whatever.
Okay. So it looks like it's made of brass. There's no dust on it at all. And it is seemingly standing on its tip, but it doesn't look like it should. It looks like it should fall over. And you can see, well, do an investigation check.
Okay. 13.
13. So it looks initially like a comb because of the shape. You can see at the top end, like where all of the teeth come into, there's the spine at the very top end of it. And it's only about that long. There's a small circular opening at the top. So the top of it is more like a cylinder.
Oh, interesting.
And then the teeth all come off of it.
Okay. So I turn to Pierce and Jovis. So usually what we would do if we were in like a bar or a tavern is we would grab
Pick it up.
We almost
See,
did that.
now
almost
last...
But we didn't.
Good. Because see, last time we did that, Jovis died twice. Almost.
Yeah. Which is why we
So-
Joel, it's different.
Here's what I'm thinking. This is a weird thought, and it's probably the first time I've had it. I get it. We should not pick it up. We should go back and tell the group, and then whenever we do something, we should do it as a group.
Which is why we waited. See, look, learning from our mistakes.
Totally.
Is that what you thought
I'm
when you got
growing
yourself
as a
arrested?
person.
Or was that different? Was before we learned?
I wasn't even arrested. You guys don't even understand what happened in there.
That's true. It just looked like absolute.
What happened is I went in with guards. I did the whole disguise thing. It was beautiful. And
Flawless
then
execution,
all of a
as
sudden, Thakil thought this was the chance for Tempers to escape. He tried to kill me and the other two guards. Totally understandable mistake.
What?
And then
Hold on, you guys hear of audible? What?
and then the whole place shut down. So it really was just kind of kind of an error.
Fact, you killed 2 guards?
Well, he didn't mean to.
I don't mean to lose all of my money, but I
was
do
a
it.
third.
It's-
What? Disco has lost all his money?
My mom would get so angry at me when I yelled
This
at
makes
home.
so
She
much
would
sense
beat
now.
me and beat
So
me.
here's what we need to do.
Oh.
I think we need to kind of gather and kind of talk about all these things and make sure everybody. So here's what I'm thinking. Hear me out, just you two.
Yeah.
We should get our shit together.
Oh, agreed.
Okay? Because right now what we're doing is we're acting exactly like we would running through the city, having a great time. The only problem is back then we'd get maybe conked on the head or some nobleman who chased it out the window. Here there's a gelatinous cube, a giant rug that wants to kill us, and 2 enchanted suits of armor. So the scale's a little different, you know? So maybe if we could just come together and stay together. It's a thought. I don't know. What do you guys think?
There's a saying that they had at my university where I feel like my professors would say it to me all the time during the lecture where they say, Disco, you're not on the right page. You go, you're right, so sorry. So I think that we need to, how they say, get on the same page.
I like it.
So
I like it. Okay. Okay.
So we're all going and.
So let's not touch the comb right now. And let's tell them about the comb.
So we're leaving the comb.
And let's leave the comb there.
We're not taking it with us.
Real fast, I want to look at it and
Come this
We're
way.
just see if I know what it might
And I gotta guide
That's
Jovis out.
smart. That's
We're coming
smart.
this way.
Right. I'm just keeping my eyes on.
It's really hard.
Okay, I just
It's really
making
hard.
sure that I
It's really
know
hard.
what's
Investigation?
going on.
Investigate. Ooh, 19.
19. So
yes,
you take
yes.
So Disco, you take a look at the comb a little bit closer before you head in, and you kind of look at it like it's not a comb. It looks more like the teeth of a key than it does a comb because of the shape and the spacing between them. It looks like a very intricate key.
Yes, Pierce, I'm coming. Don't worry, I figured it out. It's all good.
Figured what out?
Dramatic reveal is coming in a few moments. Follow me. Flip.
He does this all the. You know he does this all the time.
I
He's an
know,
expert.
but I'm still intrigued, aren't you?
How long
Absolutely.
do you need
I am
to
every
rest
time.
in order to heal?
Yeah, you're.
As I do it, I stumble.
Yeah.
It's been like 5 minutes of long rest.
I would say I need to see. How am I feeling magically? Let's see how many spells I have.
Oh, you're never getting taught the long rest.
Oh yeah, you're only an hour and a half
Yeah.
into the long rest, and this is all okay. You're not doing anything.
We're just
that's
walking
gonna
around
violate.
talking.
Yeah,
Hey, Frank,
you're walking
can I
and
come in
talking.
and watch Game of Thrones with you? I got 7 more hours.
Temperance,
Get through one
I
episode.
appreciate you being concerned, but I think I have a little bit more left in me, and I'm going to light up my hands and the eyes on the fire, and then just start kind of rubbing and running the fire along my arms. And could you help me reach the spots on my
Oh, for
back.
sure,
I just
for
need
sure.
a little help here.
I help,
Oh,
I help.
listen, I'll just cast Cure Wounds on myself there. For my... But thank you. So that was very nice of you.
That's right.
So did you have a spell slot left before?
I had one last spell slot, so that's mine. I'm out now.
Oh, we're all together now, right? Okay. All right. So now that we're all together,
But in order for us to really be fully loaded, don't you need to have your spell slots?
we're gonna do the long rest.
We are
Meta.
still going to do
Yeah,
the long
don't.
rest.
I, my intention,
Okay.
Meta, is to
I
do the
love
long
that.
rest.
You would always call them that after we'd go out all night partying as we'd be walking back. You'd go, we should have a long rest. That's such a fun way to talk
It's a long
sleeping
rest. That's what you're
and
doing.
rest. It's like a long, it's so
I
funny.
mean, sometimes we take a short rest, sometimes we take a long rest.
Fuck, I only got 1 hit point back.
Oh,
Seriously.
I can use a long rest, as you put it.
it's like a long
I did,
rest.
but I get what? That can't be.
No, it's plus your wisdom.
Plus spellcasting ability modifier.
So
plus crit. Yeah. 5.
so Disco
Yes, sir.
casts the Cure Light Wounds on himself, but he only gets 1 point back. And you watch as he's kind of rubbing and disturbing the bandages and that, and his eyes roll back in his head, and he just collapses, unconscious again.
Disco.
That girl.
Sometimes I do that. I cast
What's going on?
damage
What's
dealing
going-
spell
what's going on?
myself.
Check him out.
Fat Gil, while you are unconscious,
Disco.
Sorry, I apologize.
Thank you,
Disco.
too.
Disco, while you are unconscious, you are aware of everything around you, and what was the dome of like this the vapors and the misty dome sort of disappears, and you can see the chamber itself, the walls, the sarcophagi. You can see everybody else, and as you see,
Do they look concerned? Do they look worried?
there's actually no movement at all. It's
it's like
very sort of
frozen.
almost like frozen. And as you're seeing this, there's just this brilliant flash for just a second, and everything turns into this white luminous flame. Everything, the sarcophagi, your companions, the walls of the chamber, all are made of this flame. And you see that you bring your arms up in front of you, and what comes out of your forearms as you bring them up, this fiery energy comes out, and at each of them forms this angelic wing that comes together and forms the shape of a shield, and then everything just fades and you awaken.
Is this part of his dramatic reveal?
This is probably the half. That Gil, help! Oh, he's back.
Disco. I mean,
Did you see
No, I was calling
that?
Thaco.
Did you see what I just did?
We saw you fall down and go
Yeah,
unconscious.
was that part of your dramatic
Fantastic.
reveal?
No, that's going to be later.
Oh.
But this crazy thing is, my dramatic reveal is not nearly as crazy and dramatic as what just happened.
Oh,
You fell down.
You fell
That
down.
floor tastes
No,
like
I
crap.
can't.
Oh.
It is
does
not
it.
very good.
No.
I've fallen too many times. No, I like. It's crazy. I fell down, and the whole room turned on fire. You know, when I do see fire, it's like light.
Right.
It's like it looks
Right.
like fire. The whole room lit on fire. And at first, I'm like, "Wow, this is a really powerful spell that I just cast. I can't believe I did that." But then I don't think that's what it was, because then, like, I started bringing, like, I looked at my hands to see what was going on, and they're like, each of them had like this, like, feathered wings. This like big angelic wings.
Like your growing wings?
No, it wasn't like. At first, I saw that, and I was really
No,
excited.
that'd be super cool.
But no, they were like
Chicken wings?
no.
He's just
Like-
he's just hungry.
Anyways, it was like I was bringing them together because they were like inverse. It was like pointing inwards. It was weird, and they like formed this like how you say shield.
That's a good word.
And as soon as I thought like, this looks like a shield, I woke up. It's crazy.
What does that mean?
Are you sure you're not just drowsy?
Yes, to be totally honest, I almost never know what anything means.
Was there anything on the shield?
And everything that's going on with me in the past week has been how you say crazy. So I don't know.
Okay, so the shield thing. So figure out the what I don't know what that means.
Was there anything
are
on
you
the
within
shield?
the circle? Are you still out here?
No, we're
right
all-
on
I
the-
thought we
I'm
were-
like keep edging closer and then back out. I can see you. Okay, you look like you're having an
I think we're
aneurysm.
in.
Your nose is bleeding.
Let's be in. Let's.
Well, I think we
I think we should be in. Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
All right. Cool.
Yeah.
I don't really know what to do.
I
with
don't
that.
know if I'm ever going to be able to
It's
do it
very
again,
cool.
But it was very
Wait, did you do this?
We'll do it.
It
Isn't
was
that your
pretty
thing?
similar. I didn't bring them all.
Oh, maybe it's like a temperance thing.
To be
It's like-
totally honest, I've seen you do that, and I notice it makes your cleavage look way bigger, and I think that's why they do that. They go, I saw Vita do it several times.
She doesn't have that power, but yes.
I saw her practicing, trying to learn. Anyways, I don't think it's quite the same. I didn't have to bring them all the way together, just like right here. I should try that next time. How do I look?
Your cleavage is bigger.
Yeah, it's very nice. Very nice.
That's good.
Protruding greatly.
0 times 0 is still 0.
Anyways, sorry for that little upset there. That was weird.
I'm glad you're okay.
What are we talking about?
We were talking about becoming one.
Oh yeah, that.
So here's the thing. Everybody's on their own page. Even me, I'm on my own page, right? And my page is I want my friends, and I want my sister, and I want my new friend to not kill each other. That's my page. Okay. So Temperance is on her page. I don't even know. No offense. I don't even know what book Thakil's on.
Can you read books?
I can read
Okay, it's just
things.
I'm the same way.
Picture book.
That conversation with Jolvis, although you weren't conscious for it, that was very productive. So
That's good.
So I think you and Temperance. This is what's funny. I think you and Temperance are closest to the same page as opposed to anybody else in the party right now. But I think we all need to form up and be a group. You know, there's all these stories, and we've talked about it, we've sung about them, we've heard about them of these adventuring parties. Maybe we need to become an adventuring party. I'm serious. I'm serious. Like, otherwise, what are we going to do?
Are you just
run
saying
around?
that because we're literally trapped in here with no way of escaping because the door sealed?
Have no way to determine that.
Because
It's possible.
That's what we're saying.
That's totally
Like, what
possible.
else
That
are
might
we
be
going
it,
to do?
but I don't think so.
I thought those stories you're saying about were just for fun, but
No, those people were cool. We could be cool too.
Now,
to be fair, we're pretty cool.
Thakil has like a 9-foot wingspan, so he's going to come and try and do a group hug here. He's going to try and gather you.
Bring us all in.
All right, I'll do it. I'll go.
Let's
Let's go. Here's-
Weirdly cold.
Joel is gonna like tuck between people.
Fast.
Oh, as Jolas tries to slide, I grab Jolas. Come on, bro. Come on, you can do it.
We do this back in the village. It's just the thing.
10.
I think you'll all like it eventually.
5.
God,
You
you're
get out of
Yes, we're very warm.
You're so
Very warm. Very warm.
yours. All right. Jolas, get back. Come on, we're doing a group hug. Come on.
Oh,
You can do it.
I see what you're doing.
You can do
And I
it.
appreciate it.
You
but
can do it.
I don't know.
Jolvis.
Inhale.
Jolvis.
Give us a hug.
Jolvis.
Come on. Everybody
I'll
wants
take his hand.
Don't touch me.
Everybody wants you to come
I
in.
want to touch you.
I will firebolt you in the face.
This is symbolic.
Oh my god, everyone, can you all calm down?
Don't make me thorn with you.
All right.
All right.
And she'll just pick me up.
And there was ever just so much.
You ever don't hug when I say hug.
So, there's something that Jorvis and I think that we need to share with the group. Because Jorvis got picked up like a wee little toddler.
We talked about all this.
Yes, when I was unconscious.
there's-
Do you remember that? When I
There you
was
go.
laying on
Okay,
the stone?
bring it out. Let's do it.
Like you did when you laid yourself out. It was humiliating. That's
Let's do it. I don't know why it's so weird to you, but keep going.
Don't rush. This is big for me. I'm about to reveal some things that I haven't even told you about.
Go.
You were very nice about it. Well, here's the thing. Jorvis told me that you were upset that we were, how you say, stealing. The truth is, yes, we are very much looking for coin because we kind of owe on the low end currently. Well, that's not fair. I owe 3,000 gold piece to
5,000.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's either 5,000 or 3,000 worth.
Oh, that is just worse
of,
than I remembered. And
party
what's even worse
favors.
is that that's just one person.
Yeah.
So I owe 5,000 gold piece to this
Lovely
gentleman known as the Copper King. You've probably heard of him.
I know the Copper King.
Right. So I owe him like 5,000.
Wait, how do you owe him 5,000?
That's a really good question. I don't know that I ever
So
actually
you know-
asked you that.
You know how you guys would come over for my parties and
Right.
other people would come over from these parties
Yeah.
and you'd always hear them, everybody was always saying, oh wow, these parties are so cool, these parties are so fun.
Absolutely.
I can't believe it's an open bar for anybody who comes to these parties. How does he afford this? And I'd just be standing there like, oh, thanks, please stop. But they just kept complimenting them. Well, those parties, believe it or not, cost a lot of money.
I think your parents were rich.
They are, but no, it was not their money.
What I thought. Sorry.
I have not had a job. That's why I've been able to go to all of these parties. And I was going to that expensive
Well, you were a
school.
student. Yeah,
Yes.
you don't have a job as a
So
student.
long
That's
story
ridiculous.
short, the ways that I paid for all of that stuff was that I took loans out with a lot of people with perhaps promises that I could help them with wizarding things when I graduated. And then I got all caught up in all of the attentions that I was getting from everybody. And everybody was saying that I was so cool and they were having so much fun at my parties that I just started spending all of the money on the parties.
Well, we'll get it back.
I think
So
that
that's-
this flask is worth a lot of gold.
That deal's going to reach
Why,
standards past-
Temperance?
Sorry, yes.
My starting gold was 160. Mm-hmm. I don't care about money. Hey, let's help.
Yes, that would help a lot.
I'm going to hold on to these 2 coppers, though.
What case you go down?
Silver at Lola.
Smart.
That's right.
Smart.
I better hold on to 4.
I don't think I can take this.
I think you can.
Why? You're not healed yet?
I think you can.
Well, hold on. This is a really good point. So if we are thinking about being an adventuring party,
That's fun.
one of the things that adventuring parties tend to do is have a group treasure. Now, here's why. So Jolvis,
Yes.
if Jolvis was down here by himself, he would run in that room and died.
Yep. Definitely.
really scary to hear him
Absolutely.
say, wow.
Very true, though.
Now, we were around, so, and of course, we're going to save Jolvis every time,
Thanks,
right?
man.
And you guys are going to save me every time. We're going to save each other every time. So that's why.
Wait, did I hear? What was that?
I'm sorry, I was chewing on a finger.
Spit it out. She's been dead for 2 hours.
Wasn't really chewing on.
Please continue.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. So, if we weren't there to save you in this case, or vice versa in many other cases, then it wouldn't work. So, in all the stories, the adventuring parties group their treasure together, and anything anybody finds belongs to the group. So, I mean, that's his 160 given to you for your dead, no big deal. But anything we find should go toward our main goal. So, what's our main goal? Paying back your debt, yes.
That's my problem. That's
But
not
isn't
your
it
problem.
better to kind of get out of the city under siege by the elves? You remember the elves?
Sounds like that was the whole point why we came in here.
So we should get, yeah, exactly.
defense.
So
But
all
also
the
defense.
treasure, so all the treasure that Jovis found. Now we didn't form the party at that point, so there might be some points of negotiation here.
I've given everything to Disco.
Sweet. So
Thank you.
we should use that money to do our goal, not to like gather it up
Actual
individually,
living money sieve.
right?
Well, here's the
One
thing,
holding
though,
on.
and this is where I think we need to get on how you say the same page. This gold that you're talking about, because I've got these cool gemstones that I got from Doris, and Stacker just gave me gold, which I'm going to find a way to pay you back. I promise. I might.
Not
Oh,
necessarily.
I just have a really good
You
idea.
need to stop promising that you're going to pay people back
I didn't say I was going
if they don't ask.
I'm pretty
You know what?
wise, and I think that's smart.
Anyways, you're saying that we need to use these funds to get us out of here?
Well, theoretically, yeah, right.
Well, theoretically, we get these funds by taking the stuff that we find in this crypt.
Nobody's arguing with that, even Temperance.
What? What?
Nope.
I
That's
got
why
an
she got
idea.
mad at Dorvis, I saw.
Well, we figured that out while you were unconscious. That's what I was trying to say.
Well, I missed this conversation.
Yes, I know.
So I would like to be filled in. Temperance, are you telling me if I go pick some gold out of that crypt, you're not going to punch me in the face?
I'm more concerned about us staying alive than I am in reference to that.
Stealing the
And I think there's a greater good.
There is a greater good, and also within our party that
There's
we're
a greater
trying
neutral.
to bring together. I mean, I truly feel that we are for good, and in doing so, we'll move forward. and we will help one another. We will not take from those that are less fortunate.
What
than
about
us.
those that are no longer with us?
And
Dead people.
Yes.
I understand the need. It's when you come across something like the coins in the eyes, the ritual that comes with laying of the dead. I have a problem with that.
Well, and I would have never taken those.
So
For the people
beyond
that, have
that,
been dead
as long
forever.
as we are as a party and we are understanding and we have each other's backs, I think we're good.
I'm totally
Well, I
with
say,
that. Totally with that. I want to help people.
I'd
Right.
like to say that if we're going to gather all these party danglies together, that I can't think of anybody more trustworthy or strong than the young lady here. I think she
agree.
might be the bank, so to speak.
I think so.
I'm just suggesting.
Yeah, usually in this sort of thing, there's like a kind of a treasurer, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
Right.
Because I think that obviously George mentioned how to be so.
I'm coming to think that that's probably smart.
That just seems like a really bad idea.
All right. So Temperance is a treasurer.
I'm happy to take that on.
That sucks to be hard. That sucks.
I think she's a little more responsible than
That's
you.
fair as well.
But I will
Alright.
hold everyone accountable to that, as long as you're okay with that.
I'm all in.
So
Yes.
I'm keeping
I'm
these four copper though.
mostly in.
I'm going to help people and sometimes profit while doing that.
Correct.
Now, this is new. My vision, my intention of us coming in here was really to get money so we could get the hell out. And now we're 5,000 in debt that we have to cover.
No, that's
and then we
me.
have to get money to get the hell out.
What I would love to do
Yeah.
is get out of here as quickly as possible. Because when I made these arrangements, the due dates for the payment were so wishy-washy.
Okay, so the 5,000 may or may not be repaid.
I'm going to repay it.
I'm okay with-
obviously.
can I make a weird suggestion? What if we leave town and don't pay it back? You know why? Because that town sucks. I mean, I
does.
like Dragasani,
I'm okay with
but
this.
but
if-
right now it sucks. You know why it sucks? Because it's under siege by elves and zombies and rats. Remember?
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
So
did
I don't
forget
really
that.
want to go back to give the Copper King any money because I just don't want to go back. So let's just leave.
Okay.
Now, what's this big reveal you had?
Oh yeah.
What was that?
The
Oh, right. Okay.
Speaking of being on the same page,
Please tell me it wasn't the
we
5,000.
need to fill you in on something.
So, there's this. You know where he just grabs that flute?
I pull the flute up.
Well, there's that pedestal now. There's this little bronze thing set on the top, and we were standing in there. And Pierce and Joel, you should have seen their face. They're like, "What is this? What could this possibly? Is this a comb?" And then I'm like, "This is not a comb. This is a key, you guys. This is a key. Obviously, it's going to open something." How exciting is that?
Hey, we're in a room of locks, right? Do you think it would open a lock in here?
Well, we
Obviously,
actually
that was the
haven't
next thing I
even
was going to
discovered
say. That's
anything in
really
reference
smart.
to the space. So
We've kind of
we-
seen it some of the mosaic locks and all over.
Hey, I'm
Oh,
just
there's not
saying,
like actual-
I can play the comb. So, if it's a comb,
That's
I'm
it.
in.
It's
I
not
want
a
to
comb,
hear.
but maybe you could play.
I want to hear.
I kind of
what
want to
you-
hear you
ma'am.
play the comb. I kind of want to hear the comb thing, quite
Here's
frankly.
maybe a suggestion. I would love an opportunity to bond with
It would
Temperance.
just work so well.
Yes.
Maybe you and I could check out some of these sarcophagi, see what we could turn up. If there's coins on the eyes, we won't touch those, but
That's very specific.
maybe there's
Probably
something
won't happen.
else. And then you two can go check out that thing and look for maybe something to put the lock in.
Here's the thing I suggest. We stay in the same room.
Oh.
So we bring the
same
comb.
space.
Well, yeah, as long as the door doesn't
Nah.
shut, right?
I trust you to go grab the key.
Well, we can get the key, but we need to kind of investigate.
I
Should
it.
we
think
fast
we should
forward
maybe
through the
just-
8 hours as a rest before before we.
Yeah, let's rest before we do anything.
Oh, that's fair.
But that's a good point. Like, if we're going to go, so here's the thing. Here's what I'm suggesting. This is all coming from these stories. If we go into the other room to get the key, what happens when we get the key? The pedestal goes down, the rock comes out, the monsters attack. So we shouldn't go in there alone and get the key. We should go in as a group to get the key, come back in here and investigate as a group. That's kind of where I'm going with this
What if
whole
we
group thing.
Get a rope and we.
That would be fine.
Hold
But
the
we're all
key
there
in
to
here.
support the effort, right?
You're saying you want us to babysit each other and always have to be in the same room all the
I
time?
consider it more like we don't run into gelatinous cubes without the other people around.
But Jorvis is so sneaky.
second
Sometimes
that.
it's just going to make sense for him to go look at things.
Well, we can make that determination, but I think if there's a key on a pedestal where you could take it and then that's suddenly a trap and that person's trapped in a cage, I don't think that's a good idea.
I don't want to be in that room.
That's
I'm
the
not
point.
saying I want to send you in there alone to die.
That's
or
the point.
or by yourself,
So
but-
this is the whole thing of parties. I think we need to kind of stay together.
Okay, that's
Oh my gosh, I need a rest.
Me too.
Seriously.
That's fine.
I'm like,
Fine. Fine.
Oh, yeah.
I'll go into
Alright.
the room with you and we can all die together. And that will be the end of the story. This is to be formed party.
Sweet.
Alright.
So you're about an hour and a half, hour 45
Seriously,
minutes
that's
into
long?
your
Holy
long
hell.
rest. Is there anything else that you do before the end of the long rest period?
So the things we said we wanted to do, we're going to do at the end.
Yes.
So it's just 6.5 hours.
Oh, I sit my ass down.
I'm gonna take a nap of some sort.
Same.
I'm just, and I'm
Also
gonna
nap.
pray.
Yeah, we need to actually rest the problem.
You gotta
it
rest.
needs to, like,
Jovis will sleep
Okay.
in the corner.
And is somebody going to stand guard?
And Jorvis falls asleep.
Well, we're in
Well,
we're in my
sanctum,
circle.
the circle will notify you. It's sort of standing guard
Yeah.
on your behalf, unless something like rushed into the circle.
Yeah, somebody should still. I agree with that though. Somebody should probably stay up and
Awake.
roll. Yeah. So I'll
I'm
take.
at full hit points and everything, so
Okay.
I'll stay awake.
Okay. I'll take the second guard. That's
I'll
cool.
take third.
Okay.
I still can
Well, that's fine with me.
regain all the benefits of a long
Yeah. So you take like an
staying
hour or
awake.
two or whatever. All right.
I'm in.
Well, you can't guard the whole time.
No, we're switching off.
Otherwise,
Like
you
that. 2
wouldn't.
hours.
You wouldn't.
Yeah, we-
regain a long rest because you'd
we
be on
were the
alert the
second
whole time.
guard, third guard, fourth guard stuff. So we're all going to switch around.
So, and I'm going to take prayer to Estrella, and
Okay.
and I want to specifically ask her if we will find a way out.
So, is this the spell?
Augury, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now my recollection is that specific to you and a course of action you will take, or am I thinking of something different?
Yeah, it's specific to me.
Okay. So it needs to be worded in such a way that it's, because if you ask something like, "Will we find a way out?" That's not a you. That's a we, and you're not going to get a response.
I think it was it was just a spell. I don't know, like specific you guys want to get, but just from the book where we looked it up, it was just the augury spell.
Yeah.
Here's the
It's just
spell.
a yes or no answer, I guess. That's how I viewed it. So
Temperance's god seems very picky.
And it's really
I don't know if Temperance knows
There's
himself.
a lot of
To be honest.
T's crossed,
so
and I's dotted.
augury.
yeah.
Okay. You receive an omen from your god
That sounds
about the
scary.
results of a specific course of action that you plan to take within the next 30 minutes.
Oh, that does
So-
Anyways, you gotta write that there, man.
You need to be, when you ask the augury, it needs to be fairly specific.
like, will these
In that
temple ever
sense,
shut up?
Temperance, I've got an idea.
And then you get the wheel or the woe or the wheel and woe
These two.
or the neither.
It's working for you. It seemed like your god was still explaining things. You had this look in your eye like you were saying.
Right.
I think
Yeah.
we should just go to each one of these sarcophagi and you say, "Will I find a treasure if I open this one?" And then we'll just make so much money. And you could put it in the party treasury thing that you're starting.
I start to fake snore.
Yeah. Anyways, that's my idea. I'm gonna go sleep and hopefully this weird pink hue to my arms will go away.
I think we should discuss it after we rest. Sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fine.
So everybody's resting. So for temperance, just in the sense of this sort of connection you have with your goddess, it really is about about getting that sense of, in the next 30 minutes, this almost immediate period of time, I'm choosing to do this course of action, or if I choose this course of action, will it result in whatever, right? So it needs to be kind of specific to you. If you do it in the broader sense of will we, then your God is required to kind of interpret as, well, it's you and everybody else. You're going to end up with a lot of weal and woe or neither, because it's beyond you.
Okay.
So
Fair enough. So she will not pray. She will rest at
Okay.
this point.
all right. So the rest of your long rest goes without incident.
Yay.
The crypt is as quiet at the end as it was at the beginning, and at the end of that the period, the this shelter that you are in, this protective circle, the mist fades away, and the crystals, these little flecks of light just rise up to the ceiling, and each of them just sort of, as they hit the ceiling, sort of through the stone.
That's pretty neat.
Yeah, that's cool.
What do you do?
Well, we should investigate the room.
Cast some light. Some
We should
more
go
light.
get. We should go get that.
I can use that. You want more light?
Yes, I think it would be helpful.
Yeah, what's been light?
Well, you have light in the room, unless
There's
you may want to have some light in the far corner there.
Yeah, that's where it seems shadowy over there. I think we need to
Where there's any gelatinous cubes. That's right.
away from the gelatinous cubes.
Yeah, we
and
definitively mark that space off.
Yes, I have the light to catch.
We've actually taken a neon tape.
Yes, I will just go over into this area and just take my hand out in the air and just form a halo of fire. Place it in the air.
Okay, so you form a halo of fire, and it just sort of drifts off into place. And where we
Too far.
The chamber is fairly well lit. You've eliminated most of the shadows in the room. The gelatinous cube still appears to be contained behind its barrier.
Look what I'm doing. Yes, I'm almost touching it.
So you have 7 sarcophagi, 4 on one end of the chamber, 3 on the other. You have a recess, sort of a niche where the other gelatinous cube had emerged from. 2 glowing braziers.
Right, so if I understand it, right, we're all going to go into the same room to get the key. Yes, we'll do that.
I think that's the right thing to do. Okay, so everybody go in the room? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. So you're all going back into the other room.
Just real quick.
To get the
Okay.
key.
All right.
So who's grabbing?
We're all doing this.
Conga line.
Nose goes.
I'll grab it. I always lose that game.
I teach temperance about nosegay.
Even Papkill knows about it.
Yeah, come on, the lizard man.
Okay, so I go up and I take.
I say they're
I
your
got scars
friends.
on my nose.
So it's key.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, I have a glove on, and I say, "Temperance, take my other arm." Take another, and I grab the key and I pull it out.
So you reach in, pull it out. Nothing happens.
Let's get out of this room.
Okay.
That's terrifying.
If I have to do this every time with you, I'm
And
going
we
to
all
have a
run.
heart attack. I am so over this whole not splitting the party thing already. Flip.
Go to the other room.
All right,
Okay.
so if I understand this, you're going to see what that unlocks.
I'm gonna look and see if it's a key.
we are going to get some treasure. Can I get a holla? That's she did it! I didn't think she was going to do it.
Yeah, temperance.
Yes, because honestly, I could probably not move the
I
lizard
just don't even know you.
myself. I need big muscles.
So you will come to appreciate me more than you know.
Oh, I believe.
Good luck.
Let's
man.
do this. All right, we're going to look for treasure.
Okay.
I'm gonna look
Let's start
for
with
a
the big
keyhole.
ones.
We're gonna go look for
Yeah,
a keyhole.
look for a keyhole.
Okay.
So-
Let's do it carefully.
So it's a fairly large chamber with a lot of different areas that you can search. So give me a sense. I'll kind of go around. Tell me exactly what it is you're going to do in terms of searching or.
Are we gonna go together?
Yeah, we should go together because I can look high, you can look low,
Yes.
and then we can just kind of scan the wall.
So
but still like a
Okay,
big
so
wall.
you'll have advantage on searches.
Okay.
Have we cast to see if there's magic within the
Or
room
traps.
still, or anything?
Can anyone do that?
Is there anyone that has this?
I can't.
I have heard
To be
there
totally honest, I
are.
usually don't know what I can do until it happens.
That's a really cool ability. Can
I
you
can
guys
do it
that?
sometimes, but I didn't really think about it before
Okay.
we slept. Maybe in the future.
As a note, so there was. Is this corner only lit up by the halo? Or is there a light?
Yeah, it's the halo.
I need light to look into the sarcophagus.
Well, get a torch here. Throw your torch.
So I guess
I
my,
want to use my files.
Sorry.
what I'm thinking, Disco, is that maybe we use my javelin to push
Was this a good idea?
sarcophagus
I'm just
to
going
see if it will
to,
move.
as we make in that direction, I'll just kind of snap my fingers, and the halo is going to move over to me, and
Okay.
the flames are just going to run out my horns. No, I don't have halo.
Oh.
My horns are on fire.
Nice.
For lights to see what I'm doing.
Okay.
And we will start with the biggest sarcophagus first up here and
Okay.
check these out, because that's probably where the good
So
stuff
let's
is.
we'll circle around it first initially and just kind of see what we see. If there's
What are
anything,
we looking for?
Okay.
If there's any locks or anything on weapons.
Do a quick investigation check with advantage. Whoever wants to be the one that rolls the dice.
How are you good
Investigation,
on investigation?
intelligence.
What's your deal?
Here's the thing. I've spent many nights up reading the same textbooks over and over and over and over again. And though I did not retain a lot of the knowledge, I've gotten very good at spotting little details and things. So maybe I'll go ahead
I
and
will
take a look.
give you some help with that then.
When I see anything, I'll let you know, and then you need to remember it.
That sounds good.
Okay, good thing I have advantage on that roll. Oh, that's unfortunate. 11.
11.
This
Okay.
is very different from a textbook.
So, what languages do you know?
It's just common and infernal.
Common and infernal. Okay. So, as you
My papa
investigate
taught me
this sarcophagi, it's about a foot and a half higher than the two that are beside it, and those are about a foot and a half higher than the ones out at the other end of the chamber. You can see that there are pictographs around the whole outside of the sarcophagi that just tell the story of a man who kind of started in like as a very common life. You worked the fields, but then he and a group of other individuals, you see them raising their hands together in victory. And you start to realize that this is the same set of pictographs that's on the sarcophagus in the other room of the man. And you can see written on the side that's facing into the room in a language that you don't understand. There are some words that are written on the edge of this sarcophagi. But it is the same story of a man who, with other individuals, they seem to have like controlled or eliminated some great being, and then wealth came from it, and family and love and everything, and then it looks like some tragedy came, people passed away, and then the individual was laid to rest.
I hope you remember that, because I've already forgotten a lot of it. I never was one for taking notes, to be honest.
Dwarven, I believe, in common is.
Okay, so you do, knowing Dwarven, you can read the script.
Oh!
What?
This looks like nonsense right up here. I wouldn't worry about it. If there were things in my textbook I couldn't understand, I just didn't.
Disco,
So-
let me just take
All
a
right.
Your light, please, just keep your light. Okay.
So it says, here lies Antonin, and then it says, find the lock.
Right here it says, here lies Antonin. And here it says, find the lock.
Just as I thought. Very important. I'm glad that we
found
read
a lock
that.
over here.
Right. Find the lock.
It looks as if possibly there could possibly be quite a bit of wealth within from the pictures of the story. So
Getting me excited. So that's
I have to. I think we should open it.
Oh, I think so too, but I guess we'll just see if it's locked. I'm assuming that what that means on there is that there's like a hidden lock on here or something. Or maybe not. Let's see if it's unlocked.
Let's just check.
Okay, so while you guys are doing that, who else is doing what?
We are
Jovis and I are-
scanning the walls.
Yeah, so I'm looking high, she's looking low. I have a torch.
So where do you start, and what's your pattern?
I don't know,
That's a good
Jovis. I'll
question.
take your lead. You're the investigator.
Take my lead, huh? All right.
We just started the other room. Go around.
I mean, it seems like the end of the room. Yeah, let's just go here
Just
then.
gonna. Well, yeah, just keep going around.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay, so give me a investigation check at advantage.
Would you like me to do that?
It's all you.
Okay. Thank goodness.
Why couldn't I have Alexa?
21.
Hey, so as you are searching this wall, the pattern of locks it's very frustrating because it seems like as you search along and you're looking closely, you'll see a lock and then you'll kind of and it's shifted. Right? They're not holding the same spot. But you also find as you move along that there's like images that are in there as well. There'll be an image of perhaps of a warrior who's raising its sword against an unknown dark kind of entity. Another image will be of an individual that's sort of slipping through the shadows. And as you get towards the sort of the lower middle end of the wall, you come to an image of a couple. It appears to be a man and a woman in a loving embrace, holding each other tightly.
Are these the people that I stole from earlier? You think?
No.
Is it the normal porn that we see outside the catacombs? It's a new time.
This is hieroglyphic porn.
Very angular.
It's a hieroglyphic. It's like it's the show Love, and it's on.
I like that.
Sponsored by Netflix at the bottom. And then you work your way to the corner. There's a couple of other images of of an individual that appears to be casting some sort of spell, again at a shadowy kind of entity, and then another individual that has got appears to be some sort of priest. It's got its hand on the chest of somebody, and the other hand is risen up above. And then you get to the corner.
So I keep putting us in that. That'd be disco, totally kicking ass, and that would be Thakil saving someone's life right there. Totally, that'd be awesome.
Definitely.
Then you. So do you continue your search?
Yeah, I'll keep searching. I do one thing before Matt. The images are moving across the wall, right?
Yeah. Well, that's the interesting thing. The keys appear to be the locks appear to be moving around, but these images sort of stay where they're at.
Okay, so the locks are just are they fading out and appering, or are they just moving slowly?
It's really hard. Like you'll concentrate on the lock, and you're like, and as you do that, you're like everything around is like, and then you go over here, and then this one's gone.
I take a. It's like a dagger.
Okay.
Right? And just like here's the lock. I just very gently set it on the edge of the lock just so I can feel if it moves. Mm-hmm. And then I kind of look around. Is the dagger like moving, or is it just like
you kind of look around and the tip of the dagger. Well, it kind of pulls and then slides out of it.
Okay, yeah. So it slides out. Okay, so the locks are actually moving.
What do you think would happen if I tried to pick one of them?
I think it'd be hard, but
I mean probably. But it seems to only move when we're not looking at it, right?
Yeah, try that. So I put a dagger in the lock and I stare at it.
Okay. So you put the dagger in the lock.
And not very hard. Just
sure. You stare at it, and it gets the same thing. In your peripheral vision, you can just see things like...
But that one is staying
put. That
one doesn't go
anywhere.
anywhere. Stays put. Yeah, and the same thing. Joel was just looking at it as well, and both of you are like, man, everything is just moving all over the place around it.
So...
We've had trips
and then when we look away, the whole room's like...
Whoa, this is like particle physics wall. It's like Schrodinger's wall.
I'm not going to lie. I'm a little stressed out, man.
So look at the key. Who's got the key? I do. I look at the key, and I try and find a lock that looks like the key.
So as you look at it, it occurs to you that it's probably part of a key. It's probably the teeth of a key. So,
okay, Pierce calls out, open all the tombs. Look for key. Look for key things. I have 1/3 of a key.
Okay.
Right. Percy, you found that with a flute. What
so
is the
do
flute?
you?
Does the flute and the key thing come
That's
together?
a good thought. So I pulled out the flute. Does it look like a pan flute?
Mm-hmm.
I look at it. Load.
Does not appear to be.
Doesn't look like a key, but it
opens the door
cool.
into this world.
So what are you doing this whole time?
I'm actually checking out this little sarcophagi.
Okay. What languages do you know?
I know Druidic, Common, Draconic, and Dwarven.
Okay. So in Dwarven, you see written on the side of it, here lies Dorata, wife of Damien.
Wife of Damien.
And the ones that Temperance and I were looking at, that said Antoine.
Antonym.
Antonym.
Antonym?
That's it.
An antonym?
And I'll explain to the party. Hey, this is Dorata. She's the wife of Damien.
Sounds lovely.
I found Damien. I found Dorata. She's the wife of Damien.
Right. Shall we open this one? So we're looking for keys, it sounds like.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to try and
I
open
do want to
this.
investigate the sarcophagi.
Okay.
Is there anything on there,
So,
a lock or anything on that sarcophagi itself?
Unlike Antonins, there isn't like a story that's written around it. And it appears that, it's a stone sarcophagi. It's got the name of, it's got Dorata's name on the side. And then on the top is a simple relief of a female figure. A little heavy set. Extra fleshy.
Sick.
That's what the kids saying nowadays. All right. Can we open this sarcophagi? I feel like I'm doing all of the work here, Temperance. Use your big muscles, please. Whoa.
So, give me a strength check with advantage.
I should probably do this.
No. Sure.
I just look like I'm doing something.
Oh.
With advantage.
Advantage.
Because you've got disco.
Because disco's giving you the edge.
If you know what I'm saying.
Wasn't much of an edge.
13? So, the both of you just give it all you got and you kind of standing on tippy toes and you're pushing back. But just to arm's length, you can't push it off the top. You've got about a 2-foot gap that you can lift up and look into.
With my fire horns.
I could slip in there.
I want to peer over and look inside.
Totally.
Light.
Yeah, I've got the fire horns with the light spell.
So, looking inside, you can see that the body that's interred in here has been in here for quite a while, centuries for sure. The fabric that lines the inside of it is faded almost to a pale, kind of a purpley gray. The body is at rest. There's a mask on it of clay that is a male mask. The clothing looks very, very fine, very regal. And you can see that the hands have been brought together on this individual's chest, and they're holding a simple copper bowl.
Anything inside the bowl?
The bowl is empty.
And nothing outside, like around them? Just
nothing else around them.
No necklaces, no.
Nope.
Temperance, can you reach that? I'd totally do it myself, just my arms still kind of hard a little bit. Just took a lot out of me.
And nothing else. We don't see anything.
Nothing else in there.
How much truly do you think the copper bowl is worth?
We won't know unless we try.
Okay. Hold that thought. So we'll circle back around.
Okay. Well, I don't know. What do you think, Joel? Let's just keep looking for key holes. Like if we have the teeth, we kind of know the size of the lock.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So we'll just kind of mark the general area that those locks are in if we find spaces like that. And keep examining as we keep going around.
Work your way across.
With the investigation, like I also want to kind of be looking for any seams or where a hidden door might be. What other
Okay. Absolutely. So give me another search at advantage as you work your way across the sidewall.
20.
Nice.
All right. Nice. So as you work your way along the wall, it initially is very frustrating for you because, again, it's just these locks, one after the all different sizes and shapes, some with one keyhole, some with like half a dozen keyholes. You work your way into that little alcove where the gelatinous cube was, and you find about 3 feet off the ground a little niche in the stone, and in it is a little pouch, a little velvet pouch in very faded violet.
Nice.
It is tied with what looks like a silver cord.
Can I
Fight
look to
every
see if there are
urge that
any?
you have.
I want to see if there are any traps.
Okay.
Or if
I think that was the
there's
cube,
any-
to be fair.
Okay, so check for traps.
with advantage or
Not with advantage.
I can help with traps. Can I search?
Are you
investigation?
proficient? Do you have a
Not
experience with traps?
I have experience with investigation. No?
Oof.
You sure?
6. As far as you can tell, looking at it, you can't see any
just too
seams or
excited.
anything like that. And as you look, you're trying like other traps, and the key and the locks are just like maddeningly moving around. It's really hard to maintain your focus. You don't know if there's a trap there or not.
Joel's is gonna reach for it.
Oh, stop,
and then
stop,
he's gonna
stop.
He's gonna stop and be like, Pierce,
Mm-hmm.
come look at this that I found.
And while you guys are doing that, Fat Gil, what are you doing?
I'll mosey on over here just to reiterate that it's Doretta, wife of Damien, just saying. You guys all right? Excellent.
We found a
Fine.
bowl.
What's going on over here at this sarcophagi?
Okay.
Could it possibly be Damien?
This one says this is here lies Kalina Rajki,
Helena.
wife of Hubert.
As I pass by here,
So with a cube.
I'm pretty tall. Can I take just a sideways look in there? Is it a dwarf sized person in the
Oh, that's a good
sarcophagus.
good observation. No, it is not.
It is not.
It's a human sized. It's human
That's
proportions for sure.
Ain't no dwarf.
What Facula? Did you open that other one yet?
I did not open it, but I say, ain't no dwarf in Dwarven to Tempe.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. Same.
You're like,
Well, Amazons come from the dwarves.
Just to let you know that I know Dwarven.
Oh, that's what you were speaking. I thought you were just being silly, like a fun joke you guys had. When
No, it
you
ain't no
invented
dwarf.
your own language together on the boat or something. That'd be fun.
Is there any indication
Dwarf
in
D.
the story of their
That's as far as we go.
in looking around?
Dwarf is big Latin.
What
Dwarf Latin.
or why it's in Dwarven in reference to? Is there anything that would for
Sure.
temperance? I mean, as an Amazon, like they have a very strong connection to the dwarves. That's kind of where they come from.
Oh, absolutely.
So, is there
So,
anything that she sees?
do a do an Arcana check.
Sure.
Facula, do you want
Oh,
help
just
opening
one.
that
Sorry.
sarcophagus?
Just one, not
Just
again.
one.
Sorry.
Why not?
Okay, I'll help you.
12.
We're both weak
12.
as hell. What's going on?
So you know that the dwarves are very proficient with stone cutting, and they have obviously their own ancient magics and arcane abilities. And it may be that this particular crypt was designed and cut by the dwarves. Given that the stone shifts and moves around of its own accord. So it may not be that the people that are interred in here are dwarves or have that sort of connection, but they may have
But it was just
brought the dwarves in to do the work for them.
okay.
That's like the
Basic.
the most that's the most the most likely thing that comes to
Because
mind.
I see nothing else in reference to some connection or something.
Can we open this other sarcophagus and see? Maybe there's something that connects this bowl.
Let's try.
Alright,
By all
okay.
means.
3 just opens the other 2.
Okay, so give me strength checks with advantage for those.
You do it.
yes, please.
So we go with a 20.
20. Oh yeah. So which one is that?
We'll go that
That
first
one. Okay, so that the first one, Dorada.
Yeah.
Okay, so you push it open, very much the same as with Antonin's. The fabric and material inside has aged quite a bit. The clothing is sort of collapsed in on the bones, and it is a ceramic mask of a female inside.
Okay. Is there anything in her arms or anything that she's holding?
No, her arms are actually at her side.
And there's no jewelry or anything in reference onto
Oh,
her?
I see what you're looking for. She's catching on, looking for the nice.
No jewelry.
No jewelry.
No
okay.
jewelry.
Okay.
Disco, I think, and that girl, I think we should open the crypts first before we actually go in and dive in to see if there's something that's connecting them all within.
Yeah, let's
That's
not
what I was-
dive in.
Okay.
That's what I was saying. As it
Sounds terrible.
like opens these 3 before we look inside.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So let's
Just want
get
to make
this
sure
up.
that we're clear.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
That's
So
my idea.
On the same
back to
page.
Jolvis and Pierce.
Okay.
Okay, so we see the pouch.
Yep.
Right?
Can I grab it?
Not yet, not yet, not yet, not
Please
yet,
can I
not yet, not
grab
yet.
There in your head.
Okay, I take a crossbow bolt.
Okay.
Okay. If something happens to me, you grab me really fast. I'll just take your arm.
Okay.
And I'm going to move the pouch!
So cautious. What's going on over there? Stop doing that!
So you
Fireball!
you stick your crossbow bolt in. It's not very big because it's a handheld crossbow bolt. Get it into the pouch and flick it, and it goes, and it doesn't go very far. It just kind of and lands very softly on the ground.
Ooh, that is lovely. Okay.
Can I
Grab it!
Can I grab it now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, you grab it. It's very light. I mean, seriously, I almost think it's empty. Okay,
This is freaking hack.
Okay. I load my crossbow now and I aim at the pouch.
okay, you open
It's
it up.
right here, and Jovis is right behind
Open it slowly.
So you open it up,
Hell, man.
and at first you're like, your first thought is that it's empty, very dark inside, and then you can see the light, just ambient light, reflecting off of what looks to be a lock of very fine blonde hair.
Oh, not a lock. A lock! It said a lock. Find a
Ah! I don't know what's going on.
Rubbish. Nothing. It's just some hair, some old hair.
But we don't know what's there.
Well, keep
You
it.
guys don't know what they're doing.
We're opening them.
Well, pull it out. Well, we want to hold on. We want to look at it.
It's
Pull it
literally
out.
just hair in
Well,
here.
pull it
This
out.
is gross.
I grab
This is
it.
disgusting. You please.
I grab the hair.
So you pull it out, and
Just
it's
a
a.
waste of my time.
You pull it out, and it's a little length of hair, probably about 4 inches long.
Okay.
And the twine that holds it together is this very, very fine gold twine. And it's probably enough hair that's like a thumb's worth of hair.
Okay.
And it goes, like I said, about 3 inches. And it's a very fine blonde hair. And when you look at it, it doesn't look old at all.
Wow.
That's
Okay.
fucking disgusting, man.
It doesn't even look. It's not
That's
old.
someone's hair.
But think about this.
Whose hair is that?
Whose hair is it? That's the question,
Really,
right? Smell it.
Smell it? Okay.
So weird. Piss.
Give me a perception check real quick.
It tickles your nose.
Smells like brick.
smells like brick.
11.
11. So it just has the faintest smell of almost like a candy smell. Like it takes you back to like fudges and other kinds of chocolatey treats.
Really?
Yeah.
It smells like candy.
Should eat it then.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Totally kidding. Totally kidding. Okay, I put it back in the pouch.
Okay.
I cinched the pouch.
What kind of candy does it smell like?
Like fudge.
I like fudge.
You want to eat the hair?
I really don't want to eat the hair.
You want to lick the hair? I pull it out again. You want to lick the hair?
Disco would lick it. We should
No,
go. We should make Disco.
You guys
let's go find Disco. He'll lick it.
so weird.
Hey, Disco!
So weird.
What's up? Do you find some hair for me to lick? Please, that'd be a weird thing.
we come over by them and go.
Disco, lick this.
We just walk right up to him. Lick this hair.
Lick it. Lick it. I
It's,
dare
it's
you.
like
I
fudge.
dare
It's fudge.
you.
Lick it.
No, somebody do that.
It's just like fudge. Smell it at least.
Because you have seen me lick some weird things, and that was just
That's why we brought it to you.
mornings ago.
That's exactly why
I'm
we
not
brought
going
it.
to
We
lick
thought bring it
hair.
to Disco. He'll lick it.
Smell it.
Also,
Come on.
Terrence,
he
would you
likes
like
it.
to lick it?
in my defense, I have been with people far hairier than that. Ayo! Like, okay, well, it
Okay, I give it to him.
smells like fudge.
So we thought.
Nothing. I got nothing out of that.
Did
Is this
it or not?
your idea of a prank? That was lame.
No, it smelled like fudge. You thought it might taste like fudge. You thought you'd lick it.
Yeah.
No, it
So
tastes
You
like
put him in danger.
it's
Is this a lock of hair?
It sure
There's
is.
a lock of hair. Find the lock.
What's that? We
That's
didn't see
it.
that. We didn't see that.
It wasn't a lock. It's find a lock of hair.
I know, but we didn't see find the lock. It was on the sarcophagus that thing.
I'm glad
Oh, they
you took
read it. I
notes,
thought you
'cause
guys read it.
Yeah, we
I
announced
thought
it
you
way
read it.
across
It
there.
says fine!
We're a party. You people should be announcing things. God damn
We
it.
didn't hear it.
Okay, it's a lock of hair. What does that mean?
I have no idea.
Excuse me,
nothing.
honey, that it's find the lock.
Oh, yeah.
What are
Okay.
you talking about?
What?
Disco, I'm sorry.
Antonym.
What we just read.
What does that
I
mean?
told you.
Antonym doesn't
I
make any
told you. I
sense.
don't want to
That's not a
remember
real
this.
word.
It's all good.
My professors
It's
will
okay.
get so angry.
like
think it
a
goes in the
room
bowl?
lock.
I was just thinking that.
So in a room of lock, hide a lock of hair.
Have we
Idiots will
opened
never
this one
figure it
yet?
out.
We haven't
That's
opened this
genius.
one yet.
We haven't
I've
opened.
not opened that one yet.
Let's open this one first before we
Open it
decide
with
what
the
to do
hair.
with this.
Let's
I'm
stay
kidding.
with it.
Oh my goodness.
So you open
Kidding.
I've been gone too long.
So you push. Okay, so give me a strength check with advantage.
And all of their help.
if everybody helps, you're going to open it automatically. You don't even
Okay,
roll
so
it.
you're all help.
Because I rolled 23.
nice.
Stone. Just,
And Matt, we're all pushing on at different sides of it.
That would make sense. That would make perfect sense.
Joel was just
I got it. I don't got it.
I'll catch it.
inside is a again. It's a desiccated body in a long, what was probably a very attractive red robe with gold and silver threading in it. There's a mask of a woman's face, and the hands are down at the sides.
And nothing else within the.
Nothing in it. Nothing in it.
Well, in the board goes.
Well, it is.
What's up?
So the inscription that I read around the initial one said, "Find the lock." Within that, we found the copper bowl.
That was around Antonym's.
Yes. And Dactyl, I think you're right within that. I think that maybe we
So put the
lock
fudge hair in the bowl.
in the bowl, and let's see what.
Put the fudge hair.
All right, let's put that
Put the fudge hair in the bowl.
Or against the hose.
That's what I'll do.
Okay.
I'm just gonna kind of reach over and kind of drop it down into
I have my
it.
crossbow out.
Okay.
Because you are so anxious.
step back.
Every time we would smoke the satyr's moss, and I'd roll up in those fun little things, you would get so paranoid.
Have you said
Thing
this
like that.
What do you mean paranoid?
I've
That's what I'm
already
talking
done this. Well,
And you would always go, who's at the door?
smoke
Who's
a
at the
ball.
door? Is that the guard? Is that the city guard? Is that not going to
That's
come?
not my fault.
They never come
That's not
to
my
the-
fault. They
Something's
sometimes
happening.
come.
Something's
Oh,
happening.
right, sorry.
So, Temperance drops the hair into the bowl, and for a second, silence fills the chamber. And then you hear behind you,
I shoot it.
you hear the very distinct cling of a piece of metal striking the floor, and then the grinding of stone on the
here?
far wall. Yeah, behind you.
What?
And how long have we've rested? We've full rested.
Oh, you're fully rested.
Okay.
Jolvis also would like to just walk over where he found the lock of hair to see if
Nah.
maybe another part of the key has appeared, because we found random objects in another room and that happened.
So you turn around based on that, and you can, as you go in that direction, you can see almost in the middle of the floor is this brass length of rod.
My bad.
Ah!
So Jolvis will pick that up.
Yeah, it's maybe
And you
6
have
inches
the-
long.
Either of the piece.
Okay. Pierce?
I see the rod. Yeah.
Wait,
I
where
see
was
the,
that?
they fit together.
I think it's
Yeah,
part
you
of
hold it
the-
together.
Where
and-
did you find that?
2 parts
It
of a
was
key.
just like right there. Like right there.
That was genius.
Thank you.
Boom.
Thank you.
Okay, so freeze for just one moment.
Okay.
So what's happened with the Amazons? We've kind of just said
They've kind of been helping you out. They've been doing a little bit of
I thought they
searching
were in the other
themselves.
room.
No,
I thought they
they
were
were-
there.
No, we can't leave it.
No,
They-
they were told to stay. So
Oh.
they follow orders.
The
They
whole
stay.
charter is stay in
we're
the
trying
same
to find our
room.
way out.
Don't like that room.
Okay, just wanted to verify.
They're just gossiping in the corner like Amazons do.
So
Did you
in
get
my
Jolvis is
discussion,
okay,
I'm going to have
that's
told the Amazons that I want them to hang back
Okay.
more, and when I tell them to shoot, they can use their crossbows, that sort of thing. But I'm asking them to stay out of the
Okay.
immediate combat.
Stay out of the death
And
zone.
again.
Sure. We feel good about it. So you've discovered this length of rod that fits into the teeth of this
And it
key.
stays together. Like,
Yep.
okay.
And you notice at the far wall of the chamber, a passageway has opened up.
Does it appear, looking at the key, that that's all the pieces? to the key? Or does it look like there may be more?
There's another one.
It's hard to tell.
Well, just where did you find the lock of hair?
Over there.
Oh, in the corner where the gelatinous cube was. Thank
It
you
was-
for being
it
so specific.
You're welcome.
You should have grabbed it while you're stuck in it.
Wait,
Now, what
so
about
do
the
we
other
think that
gelatinous
says-
cube?
So the other
There's a
gelatinous
thing called
cube.
drama. There's this thing called the build up, and then the big reveal. We're gonna work on this.
The prestige.
How did you learn that word?
He does a lot of really long words. It's
Weird.
very cool.
Yeah, like
smart
5
long.
long.
Do we think that there might be something behind this other gelatinous cube? Because I could just get Franklin and be like, hey,
No.
smacks this cube
let's,
around.
letlet's move away from the gelatinous.
I like that idea.
Well, all I'm saying is that.
But you know
if
what,
we
Temperance,
found
that
this
might be
lock
it,
of
though.
hair-
I mean,
Well,
where we've searched the rest of the room, right? We've searched the whole room except
Well, you
for
haven't searched that wall. You haven't searched this wall or that wall. In
Okay,
the
well, we
sense of
should-
searching the rest of
well,
the
we
room.
should check those
You
walls
haven't
first.
checked the floor, ceiling. I mean, you've checked like
I don't know though.
Let's
'cause
do
30%
everything
of
else
the room.
before we go there.
Then we launch a Franklin right at that cube.
Everything else before we go there, shall we?
But also, we came here
I
for
like
the
it.
key, right? That's the 3-part key.
Yeah.
Fair.
So we got 2 parts.
The
So we
first
have
part
the
was
2
in that
parts.
room. The second one was in this room.
So the third
one
part's gonna be in that
was
room.
So do we just go to the next room and not?
Oh God, no!
Put
You're
that
going to sneak
cube-
in by yourself and check it out first. I'm not going in there. No,
That worked out really
Just
well.
due to
last
past
time.
experiences, I don't want to go near that cube.
Hey, I could sneak almost as well as Jovis. You watch. Almost. I said
Okay,
almost.
Let's see it. Let's see
Okay, let's go.
sneak test right now.
Jovis has a win. Jovis won his life twice
It's
because of
true.
all of us, and we're here because of Jovis. It's all coming around.
Well, Pierce, do you want to go check it out a little bit? Just don't get out of eyesight.
No, we should like go as like at least 2 people.
Should I
Jovis
just
and I should
cast
go.
heal now?
We should go together.
To the other room?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll be waiting for you
Let's do
here.
it.
Hide behind the sarcophagus.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
I'll go with you.
Should we go in the other room?
I think
Yeah, we're
we
just
need
gonna
to
go
like
there.
kind of approach towards follow them. I don't think
Oh yeah,
we
no,
wanna
we'll
leave
get
Okay,
right
so
here
we're not
and-
trying to sneak up on something, right?
You
We're just
can
trying
be
not
on
to
every
die,
standing
right?
right here.
Yeah.
So I take my
What was your
torch,
fallen system?
and is it a like
Sorry
pretty
for the
square
rock.
shot if I
thank
aim the
you.
torch and throw the torch in there? Okay, I toss the torch.
All right. So, Pierce tosses his torch into the darkness of what you think is and believe is the next chamber. And with that, we're going to take a break. Enjoy a nice meal. Come back in about 20, 25 minutes for the next session. So thank you all very much for sticking with us through the first session of 2020.
That was a good session.
We hope you will
Good
stick around
session.
for the next session. Thanks very much. We are that one D&D Livestream.
Dungeons and Dragons. Your children, like it or not, are attracted in their weaker years to the occult, and a game like D&D fuels their imagination and makes them feel special, while drawing them deeper and deeper into the bowels of El Diablo. This afternoon, that one D&D livestream invites you to sit in on an actual gaming session. Observe the previously unobservable as that one D&D livestream takes you to the inner sanctum of Dungeons and Dragons.
Galstaff, you have entered the door to the north. You now find yourself standing in a dark room alone. The pungent stench of mildew emanates from the wet dungeon wall.
Where are the Cheetos?
They're right next to you.
I cast a spell.
And where's the Mountain Dew?
It's in the fridge, duh.
I want to cast a spell.
Can I have a Mountain Dew?
Yes, just go get one.
Hey guys, I'm gonna get a soda. Anybody want one?
Oh, good, thank you.
Hey Matt, I'm not in that room, right?
What
I
room?
want to cast magic missiles.
That room, the room she's casting all the spells in.
She hasn't actually cast a spell
I
yet.
am, though. If you'd listen, I'm casting magic missiles.
Why are you casting magic missile? There's nothing to attack here.
I'm attacking the darkness.
Okay. You attack the darkness. There's an elf standing in front of you.
Whoa, that's me, right?
He's wearing a brown cloak. He has gray hair and blue eyes.
No. I got gray eyes.
Let me see your sheet.
Look, it says I got blue eyes, but I decided I want gray eyes.
Okay, fine, whatever. Okay, so this is the part where you can talk to each other if you want.
Hello.
Nice, yeah.
I am Galstaff, sorceress of light.
Why do you have to cast magic missile?
Okay, you guys are being attacked.
Do I see that happening?
Nope, you're outside in the tavern.
Cool. I get drunk.
There's like 7 ogres surrounding you.
How can they surround us? I had Mordenkainen's Faithful Watchdog cast.
No, you didn't.
I'm getting drunk. Are there any girls?
I totally did. You asked me if I needed any equipment. I said no, but I need material components so I can cast Mordenkainen's Faithful Watchdog.
Yeah, but you never actually cast it.
Roll the dice to see if I'm getting drunk.
You are.
Nice. Are there any girls there?
Yeah.
I did though. I totally said that when you asked me.
No, you didn't. You didn't actually say you were casting the spell, so now there's ogres. Okay.
Ogres, I've got like a +9 dagger for them.
You're not in the room. You're getting drunk.
Oh yeah. If there are any girls there, I would like to do them.
There you have it. A frightening look into America's most frightening pastime. Remember that it's not your children's fault that they're being drawn into a satanic world of nightmare. It's their gym teacher's fault for making them feel outcast when they couldn't do one single pull-up. Welcome to that one D&D live stream.